We on?
We're on.
Yay! You can always tell. You can always tell when it's my week to buy beers because we don't drink.
You always get the fucking hipster
We don't
bullshit.
drink dog shit. I'll buy the beers this
hipster
week.
fucking-
Thanks, Stu. Here, I got us some Carlton Colds. I'll just have water.
Never bought Carlton Colds, so
Or
sweet.
Carlton something.
Furfies all the time.
Fair enough, but once it was bad.
That's because it was whatever was fucking left in the fridge. Yeah, what's going on?
Okay, welcome to another installment of Marty and Stu Have No Clue, starring Marty and featuring Stu.
Yeah, loosely based on the old version of Marty and Stu Have No Clue, but upgraded
Yeah.
for some reason. Don't know why.
We're fatter and stupider and more out of touch with what's happening in the world.
Should we do that? If you like what you see, hit the subscribe and click the bell for notifications. And then go fuck yourself.
I love I love YouTube and I love looking at their trending. And the trending videos are always, we stuck a fucking litre of toothpaste up each other's asses. Look what happened. Not clickbait. Oh no. 40 billion views. Oh, we filled up a
I
bath.
did that at my house once. It didn't turn out the same way. My brother died.
We filled up this whole pool of Coke and drowned a cat. See what happens next. Fucking worst videos.
You must click on them because
No, I
you
don't.
get shown more of what you click on.
Yeah, no, it's trending, I said. It's what YouTube
Where
shows
do you see the trending though?
There's the normal feed, trending, and you're on mobile at the bottom
okay.
on the app.
Yeah,
The
right.
normal feed, trending, your subscriptions.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and trending's always that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's happening?
Yeah, not much. Just I've been fucking. I mowed the lawn for an hour and a half this morning because our back was fucking overgrown. It was like 1.5 meters tall.
That's good.
Because
How good is mowing? I
do you
love
know
mowing
the
the lawn.
annoying thing is because it's a 2-week cycle. It's grown so much in the past month.
it has.
It's fucked. So I had a jungle out the back. Poor
Yeah.
Bicky was fucking getting allergies and
Your dog, not your anything
not my
else.
biscuit. my poor dick.
My biscuit was just drowning in that swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was planning on mowing this morning, but I ran out of time. I'm going to mow tomorrow. I mowed 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Fuck this planet.
Why do I have to do anything?
Where is global warming? I thought we were going to have no green shit and
Why
we'd
can't
be
we
dead.
have slaves anymore?
Why can't we be... See, I'd rather just be dead. And then...
You wouldn't know though.
Exactly. Wouldn't have to mow every 2
You
weeks.
wouldn't know that you wouldn't have to mow. So is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Not
is.
no. I mean, ignorance is bliss, they say.
Yeah. But you're not ignorant. You're just dead. What did we say last week? It's better than nothing. Isn't that what we said? It's something.
It's
something more than nothing.
It's
That's what it
something
is.
bit more than something better
Marty
than
and
nothing.
Stu, something more than nothing.
Something more than nothing.
All right, what do you got for me?
Probably not. Did you? I guess we'll just start straight where I want to talk about because I can't be fucked waiting any longer. Did you see Joker?
I'm seeing it tonight.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't-
I thought you were going to start with that.
Yeah, I won't give too much away. I'd rather you had seen it
Yeah.
because then we could have spoiled it. But the stuff I will say is, have you seen Taxi Driver?
I've seen most of it. You know how you see some films in bits and pieces when it's on telly and stuff?
Yeah.
I think that's how I've seen it. But
The Joker's
most of it.
The
yeah.
Joker is great,
Yeah.
and it's very good, and it's not bad. It's just a lesser version of Taxi Driver.
Yeah, right.
And did you ever see Falling Down with Michael Douglas?
Nah.
Falling Down's a classic. I love it. I remember I saw that when I was about 12. It's the story of like an office worker man. I haven't seen it for years. It's a story of an office worker guy who has a bad day.
He's done some good movies, Michael Douglas.
Yeah, fuck
Have you seen
loads.
The Game?
No.
That's a good movie. That's David Fincher, same dude who did Fight Club and a
David
few
Fincher's
other
sick.
fucking
We just
awesome-
finished watching Mindhunters
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
That's sick.
Yeah, I've heard the ending's dope.
of the second season.
I don't know. I've just seen a video on YouTube saying why Mindhunter's ending's so good.
Season 1, it's very good. Season 1's very good. Season 2 is good and then drifts off a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Joker, we won't talk about it obviously, but the fucking shit that the media go on about this fucking movie is like ridiculous.
Can you move the microphone so that it's pointing into your mouth?
It is.
It's like this. You're talking like this.
Anyway,
Joker.
yeah. You Google Joker.
Yeah.
You know how you can Google shit and you can go images or whatever. You
Yeah, yeah,
Google
yeah.
and you go news. It's all these articles by The Guardian why you should skip the Joker, why the Joker is terrible.
I don't know how you see those articles all the time. Again, you must be clicking on them. Because,
Let me show you.
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna go
believe you.
Joker,
Is it some like PC bullshit?
and then see how there's all and there's news and
Yeah,
there's
I know.
images.
I know what you're saying. I don't really read the news, so that's probably why I don't see it.
Well, there you go.
How far down are you scrolling there?
No, the articles have changed because when I clicked on it, when I googled Joker, we saw it opening night.
Yeah.
So I googled
That's
things.
they always want to get in quick with telling people not to do shit.
Yeah, yeah. So
It's
now
fucking
the,
bullshit pedestrian and rubbish. They
Now
actually have no leg to stand on.
now the top articles are Joker tops 350 million and becomes the year's blah blah blah. The Guardian was the one. There was like 5 Guardian articles of why you need to skip the Joker, why the Joker isn't as clever as it thinks it is, why the Joker is shit.
It's a massive hype movie, and I think hype movies always have those articles that are saying it's not as good as it thinks it is, and this shit like that.
yeah.
It's like it's a movie. I don't know that movies think they're as good as they think they are. The
No,
directors
because
might
pretentiousness can you can smell
can
that
convey
coming a
it,
mile
yeah.
away.
I don't think it was marketed as pretentious at all.
No, it's not, and I'm not saying it. It's not.
Yeah,
because it's not.
yeah.
It is good. When I heard it got like 8 minutes standing ovation at the film
Yeah.
festival, it's like, all right, it's a fine.
Maybe
fine-
it's a sign of the times of how shit movies
Yeah,
are.
and that's what I said about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think Once Upon a Time was great.
Yeah.
In comparison.
Yeah.
I found this not boring, and I found it engaging the whole time.
Is it long? How long's it go for?
No, not long. It's
pretty short.
Yeah, I'd say over 2 hours.
That's long for a movie, I reckon.
Or just on 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I preferred Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Can you compare them?
Not really, but just if
Yeah.
you were to, saying which one did you like better?
Right.
I think
Right,
just
overall.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the
What about when you first saw it? Immediate reaction. Which one
probably
did you
the,
like more?
Probably the Joker.
Yeah.
There's
So it's
definitely
not as deep.
there's things there that are like we can't. It'd be cool to break down the movie.
We will.
We will later on, but I'll forget it by then. There's a lot of cool,
No, you won't.
There's a lot. I've forgotten it now. Even there's a lot of cool things there, but I just about people's responses to it. I saw one where it's not people. Normal people are normal and good.
Yeah.
Media clickbait. They're like, there's the shocking scene in the Joker, and I'm like, there is no. It's less violent than Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
exactly.
Like, but it's just
Who are they pandering that article towards, though, you wonder? Like, is it towards, like,
It's to get
dumb
it
shit
click.
parents that don't get it?
It's also to people, because I was like saying to Julia when we saw it, and Julia really liked it, and then we saw these articles saying how it's the worst movie ever made, don't waste your time. And it's like annoying.
Yeah.
And I even said it to Julia, I'm like, why am I getting annoyed at
Some fucking retard.
some
nobody.
dickhead bagging something that they haven't seen and that I didn't make? Why does it, but it does
Yeah.
bother you.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you're a fucking insincere liar
Yeah.
and you're paid money to write shit and you're
Correct.
probably going to influence one person. That's one person too many.
Yeah,
But they even are like a
That's
friend.
the internet. There's too much availability to do whatever you want on the internet now.
Like a friend of mine.
Like us, for example.
Yeah, well, fuck them. A friend of mine, she's in her late 40s, and she was saying, she goes, oh, did you see the joke? I go, yeah. She goes, oh, I saw my friend put up a status on Facebook, and it was along the lines of, just saw the Joker. I don't know how I feel yet. It's still taking a while to process
Yeah.
the movie. Are you fucking mental?
Yeah.
What's wrong with your brain?
Yeah.
It's a movie.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's
You
a
feel something.
But you don't need, you haven't got post-traumatic stress from it.
Yeah.
It's not like
not
anything
a
to process.
life-changing-
No.
Nah.
Don't get in, like, people are trying to find all these things about, incels and rah, rah, rah.
Do you reckon-
And all it like, really, to be a smart ass, and people have said this already, it's just a movie about how we need to devote more money to people's mental health.
Yeah.
That's all. It's not a...
Do you reckon people, when they think about movies, they're always chasing, because everything that you see and hear in your teenage years are the most life-influencing pieces of art, I think. I think it's proven that music specifically, but I would say movies as well, you look at things from that time period as the most influential or life-changing.
Yeah.
But I think potentially some people are always trying to chase that, and feel that again, it's like you're probably not going to, because you're not living the same life as you were when you're a
And also-
teenager.
yeah, when you're young, you're trying to find
Something, an identity,
and,
yeah.
and latch onto shit and stuff.
And you're also like surrounded by other teenagers, and that's your life. You don't have a view of the world. You just have a view of school and why everyone else is a wanker and
And why
you
you're
want to fuck some chick.
and why you're so special.
Exactly. So
I'm
You-
different
you're
than
never
everyone else.
gonna-
No, you're not.
you're never gonna feel those feelings, I don't think, from when you're a teenager
Yeah.
for something that has a big impact
But
on
so
your life.
you shouldn't, because the things you're feeling when you're a teenager, most of them aren't even real anyway. Because your brain is still a piece of crap.
Yeah.
And you're an idiot.
Yeah.
So it's fine not to feel those things anymore.
Do you reckon we're gonna feel the same way about like when we're in our 40s saying things about when we're in our 30s?
I think, yeah, probably, because I have seen this with men in my life that were, this is sort of different, that were sort of tough as nails. And now that they're getting older,
They see
they're
that-
softening up.
Yeah, they say they're not as good as they think they were.
Well, they've got grandkids and things are winding down. So they
Yeah.
get soft. They're getting softer.
Yeah. My dad's definitely getting softer.
Yeah.
But he's also way more set in his ways than he ever has been. He's so painful to deal with. I love him. And if you're watching,
It's because
you're
he
awesome, but
retired.
he's-
Did you retire?
no, not yet.
Oh.
No.
See, that's
And
the
that could be
problem.
why he's
One-
fucking grumpy at his work. But
Oh, okay.
yeah.
See, once a
I
man
don't know.
retires, he can turn into a piece of dog shit. Fuck off back to work.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just very hard to. If he gets something in his brain about thinks a certain thing, there's no way that you're ever gonna say anything that will
Change
change
it.
the way that he does things. Yeah, there's something about. But he's also he's got grandkids and he's definitely softened
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
So.
But the media thing, the media giving shit to the Joker, it's just pure clickbait, and for someone to click on your article, because this has happened since Elvis.
You like my toilet paper?
Yeah, nice. Stu has a runny nose, everyone, so feel sorry for him.
Right into the microphone there.
This has happened
Lifelike.
since Elvis. It's like Joker, dangerous movie. Grand Theft Auto, dangerous game. Eminem, dangerous music. Beatles, Rolling Stones, Elvis. They're always trying to pinpoint
Media.
shit onto why something is the way it is.
It's always to
like-
get people to buy shit. What they want people to talk about is what they put as the most like scandal. It's media. It's just the fucking same shit all the time. Just insert a different name. This person's no good for your children. They're going to grow up murderers.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Um,
How about you do the right parenting thing and just don't let them fucking
Well, there's the other article.
read the other. I don't think, and I always cop shit from my parents for not watching the news. And I'm like, why would I? What on the news? What? Give me like,
Depends which news. If you're watching Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 10, then you're an idiot and there's nothing there. There is some news there. SBS generally has all right news, and ABC generally has all right news.
it's this. There's still things.
If it's interesting, like I used to be interested in the news, I'm less so now because I don't sort of care
Yeah, but
anymore.
you know what I mean. Like my parents used to be like, "Oh, you have to know what's going on around me." I'm like, none of the stuff that they're talking about is going on around me.
No,
It's not.
but also
apart
if
from
it's-
the weather.
But if it's not interesting to you, because then why would you want to watch it? See, I don't mind watching Insiders on Channel 2 on Sunday mornings is a 45-minute show about Australian politics. I love watching it. It's boring as fuck and you'd hate it. But I find it interesting. So if you're interested, you'd watch it.
Yeah. That's what that transitions nicely into the thought that I had. And I can't remember why I wrote it down ages ago, but I had things about like parallel universes and stuff. I deleted it because I
Yeah.
was like, I can't remember what I actually wanted to talk about. But I think when I was thinking about it today, I just think that with anything that's super extreme like that, they're doing studies in science and stuff like that about parallel universes and is this a fucking illusion and is this a computer game or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
all that sort. I think anything like that, you look into far enough, then you'll find things that back up your arguments.
Yeah.
And same thing with fucking flat earthers and, you know, all the stuff about any media stuff.
Especially now with the internet, because that's why you've got so many idiot women who think like that vaccines fucking...
Why are they just women?
Generally it's mums who think that vaccines cause autism and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just wankers.
Yeah, I
There's
mean...
people with no idea that, that read something and think that it's true.
There's websites all about that shit.
And they don't know.
And every single scientist has said, like,
do you know what?
It doesn't happen.
They can't know what is a valuable website and what isn't.
Yeah.
What is and what isn't. They don't know how to differentiate between factual websites and
because the factual
clickbait.
websites are generally pretty hard to read.
They are.
There's all journals and references. And why is there's all these little words at the bottom of the screen? Sources. What the fuck sources? Like tomato sauces? No, they're hard to read. Whereas if you just get some Facebook clickbait thing that says, injecting your kid will give him mercury poisoning. No, it won't. It will stop polio.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I know.
The couple of final things with Joker, which I've nearly already forgotten.
Mental health?
Yeah. It's a story about that.
I'm just going to slightly move this camera. Keep talking.
Oh fuck, I've forgotten. It was very, very good, and now I'm distracted because you moved the camera.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Mental health?
Nah. I can't remember.
I'm going to cut this out.
Oh, what was it?
Joker.
Yeah. No, I know it was the Joker.
Okay.
Can't remember. I had something. Anyway.
I don't know how we're going to... I just cut all that out because it was me moving the camera and
me
Marty
trying to
just
ramble.
going, I can't remember.
I can't remember what the fuck I was going to say.
I can't remember. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it was there. I recommend the Joker, and I think
Yeah.
if you're affected by it in any way, you're an idiot. That's the other thing.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, the other thing I think I saw some shitty clickbait article where it was like, Joker too violent for children. It is rated R. It's rated R.
Yes,
You're
yeah.
fucking Darrow.
That's what I mean. The parents don't have control over what their children are doing. That frustrates me. It's like, I think, you know what problems that I see, and I'm not a parent, so, this is whatever. And
How can you comment if you're not a parent?
I'm probably going to see that when I become a parent.
You'll
Yeah,
know,
sweet.
You'll know
yeah.
one day when you
Yeah.
see a child.
Yeah,
it just
sweet.
changes your life. I don't care. Shut up, you
But
fat loser.
Like I can only liken it to training my dog. He will always try and get away with shit, and he will if I let him. But I say something to him 3 or 4 times, I tell him off, he stops. But it takes those 3 or 4 times. And there's so many times that I see fucking people whinging about their kids that just let them do whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, don't you see the correlation between these two things?
I'll-
Tell your kid off. Don't be scared of being their friend.
I know, that's the thing. 2 things, like, very quickly. One, I have sympathy for parents who let that shit slide because they're probably tired and can't
Yeah.
be bothered, right? So fine.
But you had kids.
But the other thing is, like,
You had kids. You have to fucking know that this is...
but where is it? Why is it all of us? Not all of a sudden, but it's a thing like the parents have to be friends with the kid.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Your parents are gonna. I've been told. I think it was my sister. She's like, if you have kids, they're gonna hate you. I'm like, good. And
I think the children
So
that
I
have
don't need-
way more respect for their parents, if their parents are a bit hard and teach them
hard
good...
but fair.
Yeah, it's true though. Like, you can be a hard ass, but you can be likable.
Yeah.
And you can be strict and you can be likable. And
Yeah.
I think that's the even, my parents, when I was a teenager, I don't know if you remember, but they didn't always let me do shit. Like if it was like, we're going to the movies, they'd be like, I'm dropping you off and then I'm picking you up. You're not fucking hanging around Greensboro. And a lot of people would be like, and I felt shit about it at the time.
Loser.
But now I look back on it, I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
and it was fine. Then
And I
it's
would
fine
just
now.
go home and play guitar, which meant I got better at guitar, which is sweet. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's you deal with whatever fucking situation you're in, but
Most of the people I know have like littler kids, whatever.
Yeah.
3
3 or 4, yeah.
3 or 4 and that. And I can't stand it when I'm talking to the adult and the kid's going, mum, and the mum stops what she's doing, this mid conversation
Yeah.
to be like, yes.
Yeah.
No, like
Tell a
it-
kid to fucking wait.
Wait.
I'm talking at the moment. Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're going to sound like the biggest arrogant douchebags, but you see it's like prevalent. And I think you get told, oh, you'll know when you have kids.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe I will. Hopefully I won't, because this is ugly to watch.
Yeah.
Like,
it's very, especially in public places when the kids are running amok or they're just shouting.
and they're scared of the kid. They're scared. Like, maybe this is some parenting technique that they get told, but I noticed that parents don't tell their kids to do shit. They ask them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you mind if we go now?
Yeah.
No. Okay, I'll ask you again in 5 minutes.
Get your fucking shoes on.
What
We're
are you
going.
talking about? Why does the kid get to make a decision? His brain is 3 years old.
Correct.
His brain is fucking...
They
you're
don't have-
arguing
yeah.
with a brain that doesn't work properly
You've
yet.
gone through shit. He hasn't.
Yeah, you've gone through 40 years of growth. I had one where they wouldn't take the kid out the car until it was ready to get out. I'm like, all right, well, I'll see you inside when you're ready to come inside. I hope it rains.
Yeah. It's bizarre.
They're annoying.
It's bizarre.
Yeah, parents are annoying, and kids that I'm not related to, I would step over. Our friends' kids too. Friends' and relatives' kids, I like them.
You'd pick them up if they were on the floor.
Good thing there's no cameras. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've whinged about that before. Where it's
I know.
at cafes, these kids crying and that.
Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, I got one that I'm related to, where we muck around and we play, and if she wants something, she just like gives, and I go, please,
Yeah.
and she's like, and we have Mexican standoff,
Yeah.
and she's like, I go, please, and then she's like, just give it to her. I'm like, no,
No.
and they're like, oh, she's only 2, she doesn't know.
That's when you start.
I'm like, Tiger Woods was hitting the ball 400 fucking yards when he was 2 years old. LeBron was dunking the fucking 10 fucking foot ring when he
Yeah.
was 2 years old.
Yeah.
This person can say please.
Yeah, correct. I know. I'm not wanting them to move a mountain. I'm
No.
wanting them to say please. It's
Yeah.
not fucking hard.
Yeah, the older I get, the less I want children.
Yeah, no, I definitely want kids. I definitely want them. I just think, I know it takes a lot to, obviously it takes kind of everything that you have to look after a child. But it'll be worth it. And it'll probably happen in the next couple of years.
I just hate other parents and that. And
Yeah, but fuck them.
Imagine having like when I drove here, I drove past the hockey, there's those hockey
Yeah.
courts or whatever
Yeah,
on-
RMIT or whatever.
on Plenty Road.
Yeah.
There's cars everywhere, kids everywhere, parents taking their kids to hockey.
You don't care?
I'd rather
No,
not
I don't know.
that.
Do you know
That's
what
terrible.
I think about the one thing that I think fondly of?
I would definitely be
is-
the one that drops off and leaves and I'll come back later.
Yeah. The one thing that I think fondly of is when my family used to go on holidays with like 2 other friends.
Yeah, that was
families.
fun.
And I think that's cool. But you get that from meeting your kids' parents.
Yeah.
Like
I did that mainly
at
just
the
with my cousin Liana and we fought the whole time.
Yeah. So we used to go with the Zols and another family. So it was like always me and Dale, and then Maddie and Nick Zol. And then that was dope. Like we would just fucking hang out and
Yeah.
just play on playgrounds and shit.
Yeah,
Like, so that's something that I'm looking forward to hopefully having.
Yeah.
And that's a benefit.
But that's
for
where
sure.
it'd be cooler to if people that you already were friends with had kids at the same time.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
that rarely happens.
Yeah.
Friend
It's happened with my brother and his,
good mate.
yeah, like him and his mate Wegs have kids pretty much the same age. So they'll
Friend of
probably hang out
mine,
forever.
they've got a friend of mine and they've got probably a 10-month-old maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
And she was saying, we're like, what's it, talking to her because I'm good friends with her and I'm been friends growing up. And she's like, my only advice would be to people is to wait until you want kids before you have them.
Sound advice.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying the knowledge of the century.
Yeah, but I knew what she was saying.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
child might not have been 100% planned.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I guess you deal with whatever situation you're in. I think that no matter what, you have to deal with where you are in life. And people that are constantly whinging all the time, no matter what situation you're in, can't stand that. you just fucking deal with it. What
But
else
some
are you
people-
going to do though?
I
Change it or deal with it?
Yeah, I can relate to it sometimes because I like having a sook. But
Yeah.
sometimes I just like...
But not all the time.
No, I don't all the time.
About everything.
Yeah, but I like having a sook, and sometimes, maybe even at work, I'm having a sook, and they're like, okay, cool, well, we'll fix it, we'll do this. I'm like, I don't want it
Yeah,
fixed.
just listen.
Just shut up. And
Yeah,
wanna-
I'm venting.
I just want to be a martyr. I just want to be a sooky, whingy
I just
sook.
want to know that I'm the best cunt in the world and everyone else sucks.
Don't fix my problem. I am the problem. I'm the fucking dumb shit. Yous all work fine. Yeah, I think I was thinking out, like,
How much you suck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about that.
you know, the people I can't relate, like, this is going to sound knobbish as well, but I can't relate to people that had stable, normal upbringings.
Yeah, well, because you came from a broken family. Is that what?
Yeah, I think everybody comes from a mental family in some way.
There's shit in every family.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But I went to a Bucks, and the guy who's getting married is just a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
Good, big, strong, cool,
Yeah.
nice guy.
Do I know him?
No, I don't think so.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. He was getting drunker and drunker and drunker at his Bucks until he was fucking
Para.
Yeah. And he's a monster. He's big.
Yeah.
And I was nervous because I'm like, he's a well-spoken, nice, quietish guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here comes the turn. Like with me and
Shit's
my
going to
friends.
come out that I've never heard come out of his mouth.
It's like, well, see, when me and my friends, people I grew up with, they were nice and okay. Give them 10 beers, Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
They're going to start punching holes in walls and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm having anxiety watching him.
Right.
And I'm like making sure I'm staying away because he's huge. If he
Yeah.
got a hold of me, he'd snap every...
But why do you think that he'd do that?
Because he's so nice and quiet.
Right.
And I'm like, and here comes the
Okay,
part
yeah.
when he's a psycho.
Right. I didn't know that that's where your brain went.
Yeah.
I thought you were going, he's going to start fucking talking abuse about his missus or something.
No. I just going psycho, breaking shit,
Right.
smashing shit.
What happened?
Fighting.
Nothing. He fell over and passed out.
Nothing. He was
Yeah.
perfectly fine all night. And I'm like, what's wrong with you that you're so normal?
I just whinge. When I get drunk, I fucking whinge about being hungry and tired. That's the only thing that enters in my brain. They're the things. I need food and I need sleep. And I whinge until I get either one of them.
You're a fucking baby. I get more, these days I get more, for years.
I haven't seen you. I don't know if
even-
I've ever seen you piss drunk, like fucking blind. I don't think that I ever have. I probably have, but I have been there with
At
you.
the same time.
But I don't remember it.
Yeah. I remember that time we went to Cherry Bar 100 years ago. We were both pretty wasted then.
Were we? Yeah, I do remember that.
But yeah, I tend to flirt with the line. And,
Right.
And
then either stop or
just,
go harder.
Yeah. Generally, if I'm got enough brains to see the line,
Yeah.
I'll try to flirt with the line and instead of
Stay.
running over it.
Yeah. See, as soon as I have red wine, that comes into the picture. See you later. I can't remember anything.
Husey has
Or
the
shots. I
Husey-
mean, I don't do that anymore, but when I used to.
Husey has the best towel. A towel when you play.
We're vomiting into a pizza box.
In poker, like if someone's got good hand, they
yeah.
do something. It's a
Yeah.
towel. Hughes's towel was always after he's had a fair amount of drink. He always used to go, "Fuck, you've only had 6. I've had 10. I'm not even drunk yet." And like, here we go. He's about to fly off into the stratosphere. And then after that, he was just a mess.
Yeah.
No,
Shorty,
these
Shorty
days I
had
get
a
more
fucking
mellow.
funny towel. He just used to
His
get,
towel
like-
used to be just just drink as much as I can, as quick as I can.
But always like, I'll do it without anyone asking him to. I'll smash this pint. Don't tell me I can't. No one did. But go on.
He's such a dickhead.
And he would just be like looking at you.
But that's
like
what he
not
wants.
looking at you.
But that's what he wants. He's not an idiot. He wants that. He wants someone to say to him, "You won't do it," because then he'll do it. And
yeah,
he
but no
knows-
one ever did.
I know.
Oh, Teagle used to.
I remember Shorty when he just used to get cockeyed, and he just
Yeah.
used to sit there.
Yeah.
Just like, and he used to sit there like, and he used to just be, he used to scowl at you.
Yeah, but with
And
no...
look at you. And I remember this one time he was scowling at Scotty March, and Scott's like, "What?" He's like, "Fucking know what?" He's like, what? He's like, I can't. And Scott's like, what are you saying? He's like, you know what I'm saying? Scott's like, I can't understand you.
That's pretty much the exact same thing that happened at fucking school that time with Deagle and him. I can't hear what you say.
Yeah,
You got a
yeah.
fucking dick in your ear. Deagle lost it.
You know,
Fuck, that's hilarious.
I don't enjoy getting blackout. I used to get stressed by it. Because I'd be like, I'm fine
it's
getting
not
drunk.
always it's a matter of control, though. I think.
Yeah, that's when
I
it's
could
gone.
never control it.
Yeah, see,
Because
when
I would always go in the first 2 or 3 hours. That was the deciding factor if I was getting blackout or being okay, and it still probably is.
if I'm a few beers in and I get touched by the boredom bug, I'm like, oh, this is boring.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'll fall asleep now.
Yeah.
But if it's still happening, exciting, I'm all right. But I just get tired and bored.
But you don't think anything's exciting. You're a miserable cunt.
What do I think's exciting?
Nothing.
I enjoy going to the movies still.
You can't get blackout drunk. I mean, you can, but you won't.
No, but it's just boring. Like, I don't know. I'm bored. Like,
Find something, you fucking miserable cunt.
We went to... No, we're talking about drinking. I said I'm bored of getting blackout drunk.
Yeah.
That's not to find. There's nothing to find
Yeah,
there. It's
yeah,
fucking
alright.
boring.
All right.
Like, how many
doesn't
times-
it
I've
surely
done it
it
a
depends on
billion
who
times.
you're with?
Yeah, but, like, again, different bucks. We were just drunk and talking. It's like... There's a way...
Well, what's wrong with that? What else are you going to do?
Right. It's boring. I found it boring.
Yeah, so that's what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
What else are you
I've
going to
done
do
it.
is
I've
my
done-
question.
I've done this.
So what?
I've done this.
Who cares?
Right. So what are you getting so defensive about? If I find getting blackout drunk boring.
Not about getting blackout drunk. You're splitting two things.
No,
You're
I'm
saying
not.
we're
I'm talking
sitting around talking and we're getting blackout drunk.
Yeah. Talking, I'm fine with. It's when, like, drunk, oh, we're going to play beer pong now. Yeah. It's like, all right.
Yeah, I
used to-
never cared about that.
I loved playing beer pong
Nah.
15 years ago. I don't care
It's a
about
novelty,
it anymore.
though.
But, I don't... For me, the goal isn't
I
to be
think I
drunk.
know what you mean. The action of like, let's get fucked up tonight.
Yeah, that's not my goal.
Yeah. It's not, I
Anymore.
don't know if it's boring. It's just like get over it sort of thing. It's like you've had that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
that's
know.
what I'm
I don't
saying.
think
Why-
boring's the right word. See, that was
But
my
I find
argument.
it boring.
Because
I'm sitting there drunk, like being like, if
Why did I
I could
do
be
this?
home, I'd
Yeah,
rather be home
yeah,
right
yeah,
now. There's nothing here. Like these, but talking about footy, talking.
So you're at someone's house, right? Is that the scenario most of the time?
in this case, we were at a big house in Queenscliff.
Right. So it was a hired house.
Hmm.
So that was a bucks though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what else are you going to do? You'd rather just do
Right.
the shit during the day and then go home.
Yeah, maybe.
You could have probably.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about
I don't know.
Slightly different is me, Husey and Julia went to ACDC Lane, went to some restaurant,
Yeah.
some Peruvian restaurant.
Random, yeah.
and
Or
it
they
was-
serve you dirt. Got him.
Anyway, we went to a bar beforehand.
Yeah.
Some cocktail bar. And, yeah, I don't know. There's just people everywhere. Like, girls wearing the tea
Yeah,
towels
yeah.
for dresses. Like,
Oh, it's
this and
outrageous.
that. And, like, I'm just like, I'm like, Julia, have a look at this one. Look at what she's wearing.
Yeah.
And okay, and like I was standing next to, I was ordering drinks, and I was standing next to these two guys. They looked like they were 45.
Yeah.
And they were talking real loud, and they were going like, yeah, fucking, oh, fuck yeah, I can't fucking wait. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
fucking sick. Oh, we're
Yeah.
fuck yeah, we're going to fucking this. And I'm like, fuck, shut up, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
then one of them goes, oh, yeah, what the fuck are you doing for your 21st? I think I'm going to have a fucking races, yeah. I'm like, where am I? What is
Were
this?
they wearing the R.M. Williams and fucking
Yeah.
country shirts?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said
One
that.
was
I
country,
said that
one-
2 years ago on our podcast.
One was country, one sort of had a suit jacket on, sort of, yeah.
Yeah, that's the new. Well, from
And
when
I'm
I
like, this, I'm
yeah,
like,
it's weird.
What is
it's a parallel
there?
universe?
Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, this is just boring.
They're in their bubble though.
It's just
They're in their bubble. I think everyone when I don't know, man. If you surround yourself in that world, say you never met Julia and you didn't find another chick, you would have still been in a
Stayed
bubble
there.
that you would have been in for longer, right? And that would have been your world. So you would have kind of been, but not that you're that person going, fuck yeah, can't fucking wait, but you would have been doing the shit that you were doing when you were 21 for longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was never doing those things.
No, correct, 'cause you're a different person,
We were
but-
going out, but usually to bars and to watch bands. But
to uni bar.
yeah, like I don't know, just get bored a bit quick. I remember I got told by a friend who, when she goes out, she wears the tea towels for dresses.
How old is she, man?
And she's younger, and she was calling me boring. She's like,
Right.
and I'm like, I said, but I think you're fucking
Yeah.
boring. You post pictures on Instagram that you don't even look like that.
Yeah.
That's boring and shallow. And there's nothing there. There's like,
Yeah, the online personality thing's fucked.
but this was sort of a little bit mean, but I didn't mean it as mean. Like, I was like, when you go out, it looks like you've only got one thing to offer.
Yeah, that's the Louis C.K. thing. He goes,
it?
there's the chick behind the bar, and all she is the chick that guys want to fuck. And she's like, imagine being that.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, but what are you? I don't know. I'm the girl that guys want to fuck.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
You know?
Yeah. 'Cause I
and
was
he's like, cool.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But that's what I was saying to her. I was like, it seems like that's all you've got to offer. And I know that it's not, right? But it
Yeah.
seems like it's all you've got to offer.
How did she?
She was like, because she's heard it all before.
Right,
And-
so she enjoys that.
yeah, she enjoys that world. And I'm like, see, because the thing is, what you're presenting is the only thing you've got to offer. Every other girl already has that as well, and more.
yeah. She doesn't have perspective.
Or personality.
No, she's got personality. She doesn't
No,
have
she
perspective. No,
She's-
maybe she doesn't.
yeah.
But not everyone that does that sort of thing has a perspective of how it looks from the outside, and I don't think they care to.
And they shouldn't. Like,
Yeah.
so that it does, like,
Yeah,
so they
'cause that's
shouldn't.
what makes
'Cause if-
everyone unique,
If that's what makes,
personality.
and if she's perfectly happy, grouse.
Unless bad things happen to her,
Yes.
in which case she'll probably learn.
But I'm just, like, my point, it's hard to get across, is it's like, what you're selling, every girl has got. But they've also got
But I
things
think-
that to talk. You can have a chat as well, which is
Yeah.
more.
I think that's a
important.
self-confidence thing then, because they probably potentially believe that they don't have anything to offer apart from that. So
Yeah, maybe,
how do
yeah.
you get that confidence?
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
But she does. You know, this particular person, yeah, definitely does.
What I'm
But she
saying
doesn't
is
seem like it.
how can she possibly get that awareness that she does have something to offer? That's the hard thing.
Yeah,
Like-
it's probably confidence.
Yeah, I think a
But
lot
then
of
it's
it
so
has
funny
to do
because
with
it would be a confidence.
because you don't think that most people don't think that they're interesting or important, which you're not important, but
No.
you might be interesting to certain people.
I
So
don't-
you might as well be
it's
yourself.
not- yeah, I mean, it's just having having a thought, having something to say, even if it's nothing profound.
Yeah.
Just carrying a conversation,
I always look back.
like the weather.
Yeah, I always look back, and I'm like in two minds about how I see myself from the past. Right. One is when I was a teenager. You'll remember I was like only music, and nothing else mattered.
And you would cry if anyone said NOFX.
I wouldn't, but kind of.
It's got no effects. It's no effects. No, what is it? What
I
is it?
reckon T got more pissed off than I did. But I would be very straight down the line, like punk rock is the fucking best. Everything else sucks. Music's the only thing that matters.
I remember when
All
you went
these
to see Green Day, and I'm like, oh, they played "Time of Your Life." No, it's like shit anyway. No one likes
they
that
did.
song.
They always played it.
Yeah, but you were like, yeah, it's not their best song anyway.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
like, I didn't say it
Yeah,
was.
exactly.
I just said
Yeah.
they played.
So I look at that and I'm like, you're a bit of a wanker, but whatever. I think that
You weren't that bad.
no, but it's still something that people used to bully me about. I mean, people can find anything to bully you about, whatever, right? But then I look at like when I was single and trying to pick up chicks, when I was like 20, when we were going to Bridie's every weekend and Cheers every Tuesday, and I'm like, I tried way too hard. And you know, whatever, it got me to where I am now. So it's good, but I should have just fucking hung out. I think I cared too much, and I was always like on the hunt. I was like, just relax, have a good time.
And that's where we're different because I had a bit of perspective. I never chased anything.
Yeah, I know.
For me, my life around that time, 19, 20, 18, or probably earlier, 17, 18, 19, 20, was I just wanted to be with my friends.
Yeah.
Like you guys as well, but the Diamond Creek guys, that was
Yeah,
was life.
I know you
it was
did,
just
yeah.
we just wanted to hang out 24/7, get drunk.
Was that
fuck shit
detrimental
up.
or good? Both?
No, way good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely 100 times good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, 100,
Yeah, and I don't-
100 times good. And just like, I always thought this, there's the time that you've got when you're that age, that isn't going to last.
Yeah, I didn't have
long.
that perspective.
It's only this short time. So fucking take advantage of it
Yeah.
because soon you're going to be our age, 30, where you've got jobs and wives and then kids and then
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's it till you're dead. Like once you're a parent, there's no one. That's the other thing that was scaring me the other day. It's like once you are a parent, you're not a parent ever
Yeah,
again.
I know.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I had that perspective.
I didn't.
It was all for them. It was just like every second that I was free, it was we're going to Jelly's house or Doc's coming here or Hughesy or Mike
Yeah.
or Ram. And that was the most important thing.
Yeah, I know. I never had that. I never had that like awareness of just enjoy yourself. And I know I did. I know I did enjoy myself. Like I'm not regretting the experiences that I had, but I just think I tried too hard to chase chicks and it never worked out anyway. So why did I care?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that was this fucking special thing.
Yeah.
Like I had to fucking...
Would you define it emasculating? Is that a word?
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Like, I think I obviously enjoyed hooking up with chicks, and I would find it like it was a goal and it was like an achievement when you picked up a chick. Like, I just remember the thing that stands out to me is Bo on my 19th birthday when he hooked up with like a 26-year-old. And he was so happy. He's like, she's a school teacher. We can live like kings. He was so stoked.
On a school teacher's wage.
He was so stoked that he'd picked up a 26-year-old. And I think that was like the height of it. But that's it. That's all that you can get. But I think it was like there was something about the success of picking up a chick was like good. And I never like had like one night stands or anything. It was literally I just hook up with chicks and maybe see them later, but pretty much never saw them later. So I don't know. But I just think that I cared too much.
Yeah.
And I should have just probably just chilled out a bit. And
When I
not
went-
that I didn't. I just think my mind was always fucking on.
Yep.
And that's annoying.
When I went to uni games, it was with a group of guys who were great, but totally different than I grew up
Yeah.
with. They were just, the goal was only, like women were just
Yeah.
the goal. Like no mateship, nothing at all, just picking up. And it was fine. But I remember one night we were out with this guy. He looked like a Neanderthal.
Yeah.
He was,
Yeah.
Anyway, he looked like
Yeah.
a caveman.
Yeah.
And he was saying to me, he's like, hey, how many did you pick up tonight?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, none, I think. He's like, oh, I'm on 28.
Fucking hell.
And I'm like, one, like, why?
Yeah.
And two, how?
Yeah.
And he's like, how many chicks do you think are here? Okay, I don't know.
200?
300?
Yeah.
I don't know, 300? He goes, I've asked every single one. 28 said yes. Not good percentages, but if you just say 28, it sounds pretty good. I'm like,
Wow. Wow. I think like the reason why...
fuck me.
Yeah, I think the reason... I had a train of thought. And I don't know, I think it was like... The thing that annoys me now is it was just that I couldn't switch my mind off. That I was just always in the back of my head, it was always just like... I need to be thinking about
How to pick up.
how I'm going to pick up.
Yeah,
And
never
that's
cared.
so annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like,
It's annoying,
why?
it's annoying now because you wasted time thinking about it or doing it.
Yeah, it was more the energy and oh, that's right. At the end of the night, if I didn't pick up,
You'd be annoyed.
I'd be like, oh, it was a bit of a shit night, and that's annoying.
It's annoying.
And I didn't
because
show
fuck you.
that.
I was out there half the time, so you should have just
No.
gone out with by yourself.
And I did, and I still had a good time. But the fact that I thought that because of that, I didn't have a good time, even though I did. That's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wanker.
It's annoying that you still even think that.
I just have the awareness of it. It's only because I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's not something that's on my mind.
No. And it's the fact we're just trying to find shit to talk about. Yeah. I wouldn't say no. And if it fell into my lap,
Yeah.
I'd be like, sweet.
Yeah.
But I think the only person I ever really chased was like
Julia.
Julia. And I didn't even really chase. I sent her like a couple of text messages.
Yeah.
And she was so annoying early days. Text. And then I throw out the risky one. I'm like, do you want to do this? Do you want to go out Saturday night? Radio silence. For like 2 hours. And I'm like,
Where'd you go?
yeah. I know, we talk about it now. She's like, no, I'd always just like jump in the shower. I'm like, every time.
He's asked me that. Oh, it's time to go have a shower.
Yeah, it's time to fucking reevaluate my life.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Area 51, that thing happened, that date.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
Davey at work told me that I don't know how true this is because I did zero research.
Yeah, research is shit.
But apparently the American government were really smart because they could have done the like, let's fucking set up the guys with guns. If anyone fucking runs in, we'll fucking kill them sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I think
was more
Davey,
friendly.
what they did was they set up like tea areas. It's
Yeah.
like, here, have a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you the whole time.
Yeah.
So then they're like, but we wanted to barge in. And it's like, you can't.
You never
have a cup of tea.
But they all knew that was never going to.
Yeah,
It
some
was
cunts
just-
wouldn't have. 100%.
Yeah, people with brain damage, maybe.
They're the ones that go, though.
No, a lot of people went for the fun of it. Like they're thinking of it.
Yeah.
They're thinking of it becoming an annual thing now. Like I heard something like how things start small, whatever.
Yeah,
Coachella. Not that it's gonna be like Coachella, but just something that's next year more people will go,
Yeah.
and they might one day end up having a music festival there or something.
That's cool.
That's what I think will happen. But yeah, they played it correctly. There was all the guards there. They were joking and friendly
Yeah,
with
just
them.
having a
it's
laugh.
like, step past this line, you will be dead.
Yeah,
But
you
let's
will
have a
get
joke.
you will get shot and killed.
You will get murdered.
But let's just not do that.
It was
let's
good.
have a cup of tea.
It went as well as everybody could, because there was some memes there. There was people doing stupid shit, doing that Naruto run.
No idea.
It's from a anime
Dragon Ball
cartoon.
Z?
Yeah, one of those things. He did that across the thing. It was good. The memes were fun. It was an enjoyable experience by the internet.
Yeah, I did zero research on it, so I have no idea. That's the only thing. But it was written down. And I've talked about it now, so we can move on again.
The other thing have you watched any of the new South Park?
No, I think I'm over South Park.
Because you haven't watched it.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
What was the
But
last?
the-
Did you
the-
watch
the
PC
urge-
Principle and all those ones?
Yeah,
That was
I watched that
brilliant.
was the last season I watched.
For
and that was
what,
the same one with
3 years ago.
Yeah, that was the same one with Garrison getting president.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
season of that was he was Garrison and he was cracking it, and PC Principle came in.
Yeah.
And that was brilliant. And then the second season was, when
He got president.
He
and
won.
I saw about 5 or 6 episodes of that and then I stopped.
Because
And
that season,
Go
the
on.
first season of that PC Principle when it came in was brilliant and amazing. The second season was not very good, and they've said it was not very
Yeah.
good because it wasn't, because they wrote the series.
Yeah, we've talked
with-
about this
with her winning.
Yeah.
yeah. And then you can watch these things about them. Matt Stone and Trey Parker talk about writing, and I can't remember. I'm gonna fuck it up, but they used to say when you're writing, you always want to write. So therefore, like the character's doing this, so therefore this happens, as opposed to like
It's yes
and then this happened or whatever. Like instead of
So action reaction.
yeah. As
Rather
opposed
than
to
like
we're getting to this point.
Right.
And that's what happened. I mean, that's what happened with Game of Thrones, but that's what happened with that season. They
had an end goal and they were building up to it.
They had a story, but then when Hillary lost, they had to change that story and get to their end goal anyway. But it didn't work.
Yeah. And that's the thing about South Park is sometimes the episodes just end. And that's the same thing with Philly. Sometimes the episodes just end. And that's why it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And half of the time
We've
it ends
learnt nothing, and it's
half the time
ending.
correct. And half the time Kyle, they were doing the thing where Kyle was always the voice of reason and he would always have something to say or Stan, and it would make sense at the end.
But a lot of
and that was good.
Yeah.
But sometimes when the episodes just ended, with nothing. Cartman went back to being a cunt. They're awesome.
Yeah, but it's
and
also,
that was what's good about South Park.
Yeah, and it's also
so
good
maybe
those-
they lost their way.
It was also good the episodes where Kyle and Stan were wrong.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like they got it wrong.
Yeah.
These new episodes are good. There's been 3. They're just going hard against. They've been banned in China.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, have you seen any of this
No,
shit with China?
no.
I'll give you the quickest rundown in history. Blizzard, you know Blizzard?
Yeah.
They make Overwatch and World of Warcraft and
Yeah,
those games.
yeah, yeah.
They've got this game called Hearthstone or some shit.
Yeah.
And this kid won the competition.
Yeah.
Won whatever,
Yeah.
$1 million.
Some cosplay kid. Some
No, it's a video game.
Yeah, right.
And he won the tournament. And then in his victory speech, he was like, I wish Hong Kong all the best in their protests, because Hong Kong has been protesting for like 4 months now.
Right.
Because he said that, Blizzard fired him and took all his prize money away.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah, and then they issued a tweet saying like, everybody at Blizzard does not condone the actions by this one individual. We worship and obey and only want to please the amazing Chinese government. Like they just sucked them off.
Yeah, right.
And then in the NBA, the owner of the Houston Rockets put out a tweet, "I stand with Hong Kong."
Yeah.
Got obliterated. China have like banned the preseason games in China of the NBA.
yeah.
The NBA came out and said like, sorry, China,
God.
we don't back what he says. Who's the guy with the beard for the Houston Rockets? Harding, I think his name is.
Yeah, James Harden.
He came out at a press conference and was like, no, we love China. We love China.
Really?
Couldn't love China anymore. It's the best place in the world. Kerr, who is the coach.
Steve Kerr, yeah.
Coach of the Golden State. He's always pro PC and pro social justice.
Yeah.
They asked him about China and Trump got him so good. Trump goes, I saw when Steve Kerr got asked about China, he looked like a scared little boy not knowing what to say.
Yeah.
And it's true.
Yeah.
Because, and Trump was right, he goes, he's more than happy to bag America every chance he gets.
Yeah.
But you've got China literally putting Muslims in concentration camps, harvesting organs, killing political people against
Idealists,
you,
yeah.
people against you politically, killing them and murdering them, holding people hostage, disappearing people.
Yeah.
Won't say shit about them.
Yeah.
But because they pay their
'Cause it
check.
does- yeah.
And South Park is brilliant. They did this. They did their episode where Stan's dad is now a weed salesman.
Right.
Has his own weed farm, and he wants to make more money. So
Yeah.
he goes, "There's like 1 billion people in China. If I can get 2% of that market, we're fucking rich." So he goes there, but he's going there with Disney and NBA and Marvel and all these companies trying to get them to sign on. And some of the quotes in it, he's like, "Of course I love the marvelous Chinese empire." Like they were so sweet.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, they got fired, and then Matt Stone and Trey Parker put out a tweet, which I might quickly Google because I don't. It's very good.
Maybe I'll recreate this music.
Keep singing. Official apology to China from Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Like the NBA, we welcome the Chinese censors into our homes and into our hearts. We too love money more than freedom and democracy. Xi doesn't look like Winnie the Pooh at all. Tune into our 300th episode this Wednesday at 10. Long live the great Communist Party of China. May this autumn's harvest be bountiful. We all good now, China. It's brilliant because you got these people, social justice warrior types who are, like I was speaking to one person, they're like, Trump's a dictator and a fascist and he's an evil person. I'm like, Trump's an idiot and I don't like him either. But you have literal dictators.
Yes, correct.
Like, Trump's not a dictator.
No.
He's a dickhead and you don't like him, and that's
He's a dickhead,
fine.
not a dictator.
Yeah, but you have actual dictators who are putting a certain religious group in concentration camps. We've seen that before, history.
Yep.
But you're quiet on that. It's weird.
It's the lack of awareness.
Maybe
it is.
It's also the easy targets.
But I think
it's also the brownie points. If you stand up
But
in
to who though?
maybe more
who is it?
maybe more in
their
the
circle?
Hollywood world. Yeah, if you stand up and like Robert De Niro comes out at the Academy Awards, he's like, "Fuck Trump." Yeah, so brave, so
Yeah.
brave. What?
Yeah.
He's not rounding up. Well, maybe he is.
But who is he though? He's
Who?
just an actor.
I know, but they think they have sway.
I know.
The other bullshit thing that I was just laughing about the other day was there was footage of Ellen DeGeneres and George Bush Jr. at a gridiron game together, laughing and joking.
Yeah.
Then I don't give a fuck. I just saw it, on YouTube. Twitter went crazy. How dare Alan hang out with George Bush, a war criminal, and he was anti-LGBTQI rights and rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
And she came out with this big spiel saying how even though we have different opinions, we can still be friends,
Yeah.
Fine response.
Yeah.
But then people came back to her again with like, you're all a part of the rich club.
Yeah.
But then all these actors come out like their opinions matter. Like
Yeah, I know.
Ruffalo, what's the Hulk
Mark
from?
Ruffalo, yeah.
He did this big spiel and everyone's like, oh, so brave. He's a fucking actor.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do
Yeah,
people care what
I
actors
know.
think or say?
Celebrities in general, they do.
But Americans love them so much.
Yeah,
Like we
100%.
bag our celebrities.
I think it's
until they make it overseas.
No, I think there's the amount of people in America is so big, and because it's so focused on the media, on celebrityism, I think the focus on that and the amount of people alone means that they think that they have a big sway over what actually happens in the world, which to an extent they probably do, but just because of the eyes that are on them and the talking points of the public, they do have some sort of a sway.
Who,
right?
celebrities?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
just based on
but that's
the
celebrity-
amount. But it means nothing though.
But that celebrity worship is really an American-only thing.
Nah, it's not, man. Australians do it all the time.
Not to our own.
Yeah, fucking the amount of people that watch and like the amount of people that watch really bad reality TV and they're nobodies, and people talk about them and fucking watch their stories and
Yeah, I know, but
all this
most-
shit like they're someone. It's like, no, they haven't done shit. They stand in front of a camera and
Reality
and
shows
show
are-
their boring ass blank loser personalities that add nothing to society. They have nothing to say.
No.
Absolutely nothing. And if they were questioned on anything of importance, they would take the easy way out because they don't know what they're talking about.
that's why
so why are they fucking...
The easy way out generally is just saying those things. Oh, yeah, fuck Trump.
Why are people caring about these people that don't have anything to say? Why is that the
Because
easiest
they look
thing?
pretty.
Fuck.
It's the same as Leo. Leo goes up and talks to the UN about climate change. Can't go back to making Gilbert Grape.
Yeah.
You're not a scientist.
I watched the
You
Basketball
have
Diaries
sex
the other
with heaps of supermodels on a yacht.
Yeah.
I think I said that before. It's like, all right, let's tackle climate change, Leonardo DiCaprio. Ban yachts. Can we start with banning yachts? Let's start at that carrot first.
No, you know what a good thing? Let's put him in charge and see what fucking happens. Nothing. I watched Basketball Diaries the other day.
Oh, I've seen
movie's
it for
good.
years.
It's a good movie because I remember we got shown it in high school about the... Yeah,
It's rated
remember?
fucking R in it.
Yeah, and that was the scene where he shoots up the school. I remember, like in media
I never
and
watched
shit.
it at school.
No, I reckon in English and in media they showed it to us
I
because they
think
were
you're
like,
dreaming because a school would not show an
they
R-rated
did.
movie.
No, they showed that scene, and it was like, and that's the most. Well, the whole movie's pretty fucked because he's a heroin junkie. And it's a really good movie. It's not
Yeah.
like the best movie, but apparently it has like the best portrayal of what heroin does to an individual.
Yeah, it probably
Out
does.
of
I don't
it.
think I've
It's
seen
really
any
good.
other movie that does
It's
it.
fucking good as. But anyway, I've seen Beautiful Boy. That's a good one
I
as
haven't
well.
seen it.
It's
With
got
him?
Steve Carell. No, it's
Oh,
based
about
on
drugs.
a true story. Steve Carell's in it. His son gets addicted. It's the kid with a French name. I don't know, but it's a good movie too.
You know what? You know earlier how I said I think I liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood more than Joker? That's a lie.
Good. Yeah. Why?
I was just thinking of the Joker just then as you're
good?
talking. Yeah,
You like it, yeah.
I definitely like it. I won't give anything away. There's
I
there's
know
bits-
I'll enjoy it more because I didn't fully grasp the concept. And people have told me about the concept of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood now, and I understand it now. But when I was watching it, I didn't get it.
What do you understand?
The whole impact of the
Sharon Tate.
Manson family and Sharon Tate and all that sort of stuff.
That's what I was saying.
I know, but I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. So
But see, that's
I didn't
why-
have that perspective.
But that's why-
But why should that make it a good movie?
It doesn't make it a
Just
good
because
movie. It just, I think I said this back then, but I'll sort of try to say it again. In that, the movie was not good and boring for me because there was no tension in it. But the tension I think the tension was supposed to come from the fact that you know she's going to die at the end.
Yeah.
And the reason why there was no tension for me is because it was a Quentin Tarantino
Yeah,
movie,
yeah.
and she's not going to die.
Yeah.
It's
See,
going
I
to be
had
the
no
twist on
awareness.
history.
So to me, I was just watching a movie. This is repeating. I was just watching a movie where I was like, it's counting down something. There's no tension being built. Oh, there's a really violent scene that goes for 5 minutes and then people died. So
You
to me,
shouldn't-
I don't think.
I guess.
Yeah.
Movie. That's why I like movies when they're just movies.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't have to go to what. Should you? A movie like a Tarantino movie, I don't think you should have a grasp on Hollywood history in order to enjoy
correct.
it. Yeah.
And I think that's probably my main thing.
But
now
if it's
that I know what it's all
but if
about.
it's Saving Private Ryan, you don't need to know about
Correct.
World War
And it's an
II
amazing
history
movie.
because they pretty much tell you what's happening the whole
Correct.
time.
You have to set up and you have to explain background and not just people driving around in their
in nice cars.
1960s cars
Yeah.
with 1960s ads on the radio with 1960s hair. Okay,
Technically,
I
it
know
was-
I'm in the 1960s.
Technically, it was a brilliant movie. Anyway,
Yeah.
the Joker's sick. I won't give much away, but there's plenty of grouse scenes about how he doesn't know how to be human, sort of.
Yeah.
Like there's a bit where this guy is telling jokes and he's just like,
I don't know if I want to know, but
no, it's nothing. Like someone's telling jokes and he's like, he only will laugh when he sees other people laughing.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I know people who do that in real
Yeah.
life.
That's ignorance at its most social form.
Yeah, but not on a purposeful. He's not purposely trying to be ignorant.
No,
It's just who you are.
No one is. I don't think anyone's trying to be ignorant. Yeah, they are, but I think in general,
I think you are purposely being ignorant when you're like all black people are this, all white people are that. That's perfect case of
Yeah.
being ignorant on purpose because, I mean,
not all the time.
Unless you're an
but
idiot.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Idiots are ignorant. Anyway, let's stay on movies. I saw Hereditary finally.
yeah.
I don't think it was as good as you said it was. I thought it was really good, but not super good. Like I was like, yep, that was a good movie, and I liked how it ended.
I loved it.
and it didn't make me want to go. I definitely looked into it a little bit more, just because I like doing that with movies that actually have something there.
Yeah. I didn't look into it at all afterwards.
I did.
I watched a couple of reviews, I think. That was about it.
I just read more about the demon that they were talking about and stuff like that.
That
was
I
cool.
didn't care about too much.
A movie that you should see if you haven't yet. It's called Enemy, and it's got fucking Jake Gyllenhaal in it. See it. That's a movie that you watch and you go, "What the fuck was that?" And then you read about it and watch the dissection
Sort
of
of
it,
like Donnie
and you're
Darko.
like, "This is fucking sick."
Like Donnie Darko-ish.
Yeah, but not even close in terms of story. But see Enemy, it's fucking sick.
Do you ever do this thing where you have a fight with someone? Oh, we talked about this, I think, last time. You have a fight with someone in your head about things that don't even
That
happen.
you expect that they're going to say, yeah.
I was getting so angry at you
Why?
because when I read the notes here, you've written down Hereditary.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I bet that fucking cunt hated it. I bet you that dumb fat asshole is
Okay,
going to
well, we
come
can
into the
talk about it
podcast.
now.
He's going to come into the podcast and go, it was fucking boring the whole
No,
time.
no,
I was
no.
bored.
No,
I
I
was
like
even
good
scared.
movies.
And I'm going to be like, you stupid fucking idiot.
I like good movies. Objectively good movies. I like objectively good movies. It doesn't, I think
People find it Hereditary boring. I'm like,
you don't understand.
fuck is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
But that's because
Okay,
I'm still,
I have
hold
some
on.
criticisms.
Okay,
Go
we'll
on.
get to them. Don't forget them. Scary, like we just watched a doco on the Exorcist movie.
Yeah.
You've seen Exorcist?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Great,
Amazing.
brilliant. Yeah, like in this doco, they talk about how people horror fans these days
Yeah.
call Exorcist boring.
Fucking
it's not even
idiots.
scary.
Wankers.
And it's like, yeah, because you're
That's like
used
calling
to,
The Godfather boring.
Yeah, totally. But it's also because with horror movies, you're used to, you know,
Jump scares. Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
scary face, ooh, creepy, scary face, and I'm gonna stab your eyes out and kill you and
Yeah.
cut your head off. Scary, 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 boom, boom.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's not scary to me at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, I know.
There's a scene, this doco did this really
It's
cool
not
thing.
scary because
It's
do you know-
like, oh,
Do you know,
That
now
leaves
that
you
you
with
talk
nothing.
about, you're going to go into documentaries, but I have to say, the one documentary that I have found scarier than any horror movie that I've ever seen is a documentary, and I can't remember its name, but no, it's about people that have sleep paralysis. That's scary as fuck. It's on Netflix.
Julia
or it
will
was.
love that.
It was a year ago or 2 years ago. It was genuinely terrifying.
Because Julia gets that sort of.
Does she?
Yeah.
Really?
Where you're awake, but you can't move.
Yeah, but the people in this documentary have a thing where a figure stands over their bed and they can't move. Terrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying. And I'm like, there's been horror movies made about it. I think The Babadook, have you seen that? The Australian one?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Similar.
Yeah, it's a very
but,
good movie.
And I think the chick gets sleep paralysis, or the little boy. I don't know. But it's similar sort
Mm.
of thing where there's a figure and stands over them while they sleep. And like, that's genuinely good horror movies that have that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And The Haunting of Hill House.
Brilliant.
Fucking awesome.
Fucking brilliant.
Have we
Haunting.
talked about that? Or
I
was
don't
that
know.
in our
Maybe
gap?
That was in our break, maybe.
That was in our gap.
Fucking brilliant.
So good.
Yeah.
And that sleep
had,
paralysis.
That
yeah.
had one jump scare in it. That was it. Well, maybe it had a couple.
No, it had a few, but
that had one jump scare
Yeah.
that fucking
Fucked you.
fucked you.
Was it the
In
car scene? Yes. I had to rewatch it and go, but that is one of the best build-ups
That's
to
a good
scene.
use of a jump scare because
Correct.
it's the camera is
So
on
well
them for ages,
executed.
but the camera's on them for a long time, and the camera doesn't move. It's just them
But-
talking and talking
Have you
about
analysed
this.
that
But they're
again?
building up. They're building up to go into the house, and they're having this chat about shit that happened 100 years ago.
Yeah,
and then dunk.
but they had 3 car scenes leading up to it, up to that one. I think that's what builds that tension,
Yes, yeah.
and it's unexpected, and
Yeah.
that's a good jump scare. Yeah, but anyway, Hereditary, yeah.
Well, Haunting on Hill House though.
Yeah, let's get
was
back to that. Hereditary.
Okay. I went into Hereditary not knowing much about it.
Yeah.
The fact that Toni Collette wasn't nominated
Yeah,
for an Academy Award.
you said that. She was unreal.
She killed
She was unreal.
That is a brilliant, scary movie. I am scared of.
I don't know that it was scary to me. I just found it suspenseful, but not really.
What do you find scary movie wise? Do you think off the top of your head?
There's been a few.
See, scary images like The Conjuring Nun, where she hits pointy teeth and a long mouth. Okay,
Conjuring was
that's not scary.
creepy. I found it scary in parts, but it wasn't a scary.
Scary is the
movie.
scary is the idea.
I think that's
not the-
terrifying.
Not maybe
Terror,
Maybe
inducing
that's
terror.
Maybe yeah, because I thought of it before about how would you describe The Exorcist, and I'd describe The Exorcist as terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have to put yourself in that person's perspective.
And that's how it's-
And you go, fuck, I don't know what I'd do
That's
there.
how it's done. Like again, this doco we watched, it sort of gets into that. It's like why it's so scary for these guys is because you're watching it from the mum's point of view.
Yeah.
About what the fuck is wrong
Yeah.
with this kid.
That when that shit happened in the first 40 minutes, we won't give too much away
Of
if you want
what?
to see it.
Of Hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like,
It's his 3 years old.
Yeah, I know.
With
Yeah.
the daughter.
Yeah. And I was like,
It comes out of left field.
how brutal.
Yeah.
And just assaulting
Yeah.
on what you believe to existence is. And if that happened to you in your life,
What would you do? Exactly. And
What
that's
the
what makes
fuck would you do?
See, that's scary.
yeah, it's terrifying.
Creepy nuns and creepy dolls
Yeah.
aren't scary.
Yeah.
Like, I think I said this ages ago, the easiest way to make a horror movie, make some shit-ass boring thing, but at the front go...
That's the problem
based
with
on
horror
true-
movies, though.
Based on true events.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh, fuck, true events. No, because ghosts
You can base
aren't
anything
real.
on true events.
But yeah, the scene after that
Yeah.
happens, and then
oh,
he just
my
goes...
friend said he saw a ghost. That's a true event because he did say that. He's a
said
waker.
it.
Correct.
You're right. I remember watching that thinking, what the fuck would you do if that happened to your sister? And yeah, he just goes to bed. And then the next scene, he just doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
The next scene, the mum goes to the car and starts screaming.
They never address it really, do they? Apart from her at the table. When she's
Yeah.
like, everyone just ignores everything.
Yeah.
They just ignore everything and
Such a
pretend it
good
didn't
movie.
happen.
Such
It's
a
really
good
good.
movie.
The thing that I think
The guy who made that's got a new movie coming out.
some it's out.
No, it's a black and white movie. Oh, sorry, I apologise. He made Midsummer. Yep,
Midsummer, that's it.
Midsummer. The
Yeah, I
other
haven't
movie
seen
I'm
it. Have
thinking
you seen
about.
it?
No.
Nah.
We were going
I've got to see.
to.
I've heard it's fucking intense too.
I heard it's a bit gruesome.
Yeah, I think the thing that I really, really, really liked about Hereditary is
I'm glad you liked it because I was just so fired. I was angry.
I didn't find it very suspenseful. I think it could have had a little bit more tension, a little
man,
bit more.
come on.
No, a bit more, just a bit.
The whole build up to the end, And there was a payoff when
Yeah,
she's
they're
possessed and
absolutely-
she's going
yeah,
schizo and there's all these naked
yeah,
fucking old people in the house.
Yeah, I think the thing that
Fucking brilliant
I had a
movie.
mind. I had a place I was going with it.
Sorry.
I think the thing that I loved about Hereditary is the fact that they didn't. I remember now. They didn't make it a cover up. They said it from the start. She's going to the fucking meetings about her mum dying, and she said she tried to put people in my daughter.
Yeah.
They tried to. She didn't take control of my son. As soon as she got control of my daughter, she put someone in him.
Does she say that directly?
Yes.
Because
She
I know
does.
that she says she blames herself that the daughter got too close to the mum.
Yeah, and she says
But I don't
my
think-
mum got a hold on her.
Yeah, she says
and she
but-
did.
Yes,
so
yes,
if
but,
you
but she still keeps it vague. She doesn't say she put something in her.
no, she does.
Oh, I can't
They're the
remember.
words that she says. She said she tried to, and she says my brother committed suicide because they tried to put people in him. She says it as if he was mental.
Yeah.
But when you see it, the whole thing is, nah, that's what
That's what was
cult
trying to happen,
does.
yeah.
But and then
Such a good movie.
and the other thing is they what I read and I didn't really see from the start, and now I do, is that she was possessed from the moment that she was born until the mother had as soon as the grandmother got a hold of the daughter, they put that person inside of her, but it wasn't the right body. So then
No,
they
'cause they
gave it
needed
to
a
the
man-
son.
they needed a male's body or
Fucking
something.
awesome.
Yeah.
That whole thing I love. I still think it wasn't a 10 out of 10 movie.
No, but it was fucking close.
It was really
It
good.
would have had to be one of the best movies you've seen for a while.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. I don't think it was one of the best, but it was good.
I love
Enemy's good. You'll see it.
movies like Mindhunters.
Yeah.
I love watching people talk.
Yeah.
You know, if it's well
if you can
written,
do that well, yeah.
written, well directed, just show me people's lives
That's what-
interacting with something that's going on. It's the fucking
Yeah.
best. I can't stand it. Like It Too.
Mm.
Like It Too was just an assault on the senses.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Of just blah, rah, rah, creepy face, creepy monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Goosebumps. I don't know.
Yeah. I think and if you flip that and you put it in the comedy world, that's why Kevin Smith movies were so fucking good, because there was so much dialogue.
Kevin Smith. Oh, back in the day.
Yeah, like Dogma
Yeah,
and fucking, you know.
They're slightly different because they're more
Rats.
They're more relatable. A little. They're more relatable.
But any movie that can do that,
yeah.
where they can just put people in, and Tarantino, they have conversations in Pulp Fiction. Yes.
No, they have conversations and they do. That is dialogue. Those movies, they are dialogue heavy at
but
times.
you get to understand the characters
But
through the
they're
dialogue.
not based. Those movies aren't based in any form of reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like movies that are real
think
grounded.
Pulp Fiction, when they're talking about Quarter Pounder with Cheese.
Yeah.
Why put that in a movie?
Yeah. It's
Because
a
you
great, yeah.
so you get to know their personality.
Yeah.
And that is probably something that gangsters would talk about. So
I don't know. But
yeah, I don't know, but I'm saying.
yeah, no, it is a good thing. It's definitely. There's no way to bag it at all. I
And
just
they-
don't think. It's just not a grounded movie set in reality.
That's
And
what
I
makes it.
like those
that's what
movies
makes
more.
it special, though. Is I know
From
I
a
know
horror
what you're saying.
from a scary point of view, I like movies grounded.
in reality.
There's this doco that we watched did this funny thing where it compared scary movies now, where it's like,
Yeah.
and then it compared a scary scene in The Exorcist where she's tied to the bed and
Yeah.
the priest finishes tying her to the bed.
daughter.
You know,
Yeah.
the priest finishes finishing tying her to the bed and he's exhausted and he like sits down like that.
Yeah.
And then he looks and the drawer of the bedside table just goes, and he just like looks at it. And that's it. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
grouse. The other thing, just going back,
Nuance. You like nuance.
yes, going back to Joker slightly, is these it relates to like Exorcist.
Yeah.
These fucking dog shit people who are like, you know, oh, be careful of the Joker. It's very triggering. In the 70s, we had a movie where a little girl stabs herself in the vagina with a crucifix.
Yeah.
Come on. Like,
Also-
we're past,
Yeah.
like, The Joker is not shocking.
Yeah,
in
Clockwork
any-
Orange.
Clockwork Orange is hard to fucking
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
The Joker, you watch it eating popcorn,
Yeah,
going, oh yeah,
yeah,
it is good, and it's
Yeah.
got some
How weird is
graphic bits.
Isn't
but
that weird? Don't you think that's really weird how obviously censoring shit has gotten stronger as time's gone on?
in the 70s they were nuts.
Which is weird because,
But
you know
I
what?
said that ages ago when you're like, we're getting, the other podcast, you're like, we keep pushing the boundaries. No, they don't.
No,
You
the
can't.
good people.
We're more conservative
The good
now.
people push boundaries. Like Dave Chappelle is pushing boundaries.
Yeah, you've got
And
to
he's
have
got
some
something
strength.
to say.
You've got to have some strength to it because if you Google Joker Rotten Tomatoes,
Yeah.
critic score is like 40%.
Yeah, this happens far too often.
Audience is like 98. Dave Chappelle, the same thing.
Yeah, there's a
That's
thing that I
fucking
read
insane.
about that they're giving it to certain critics that they know are going to write badly. So Rotten Tomatoes has an agenda, apparently.
But it's just like a world that we're not in is this world of Hollywood,
yeah.
where it's like you all need to be on the same team.
Yeah,
because if you
and
are
that's
not,
why Harvey
you'll be
Weinstein
kicked out.
got away with it for 20 years.
He was on the right team till he wasn't.
Yeah. So, Haunting of Hill House.
Oh yeah, so good.
Yeah.
I mean, so good. Like
Yep.
people, like what somebody said, people think I'm negative and shit, and I don't like things.
Yeah.
I like things that are worthy of liking.
Actually,
Haunting on that scene at the episode of Haunting in Hill House, it wasn't shot in one take.
Yeah.
There was clever editing, obviously,
yeah.
but where it was one take.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that was
The
unbelievable.
might have been the second last episode or something.
No, it was like episode 6 or 7, I think.
It was towards the end.
Yeah,
It was the
Yeah, unreal.
They
It was
were
like a 20-ish minute or 15 to 20 minute long cut. Yeah.
But the whole episode was one long cut. Obviously, there was editing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was shot in one long
Yes.
thing. There was no change of scenes.
and they had to rehearse it for like a week and shit.
The only problem with the issue I've got with Haunting in Hill House is, you know what they're doing?
What?
Making season 2.
Yeah, I know.
Don't.
Leave it.
How? It's based on a book. See, that's where it was really good, and that's why Netflix is grouse, is because it's based on a book that they made a terrible movie about it in the 90s with Owen Wilson.
What's that called?
I think it's called The Haunting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can Google it.
Yeah.
Shocking movie with
Yeah.
Liam Neeson and Owen Wilson and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Right.
But now with like Netflix, you can take these books
Yeah,
that need
and
more
flesh
than
out
2
characters,
hours
correct.
and do it over 12 episodes
yeah,
and
yeah,
nail it.
Yeah.
So good. And the other thing that I thought about with it, and I haven't seen it for a long time, is, you know how, I'm going to fuck these words up, and this is just my own thought, is, you know how we're told about like toxic masculinity?
Yeah.
About how, you know,
Yeah.
being, I don't know,
Yeah.
a show off or an
Yeah,
arrogant
yeah.
is bad or whatever. That show showed toxic femininity, where the mum, she wouldn't release control. She had to
Yeah.
keep everybody. She had to keep them all puppet under her control. That's
Yeah.
a form of,
Yeah.
you know, women unable to let shit go or let their kids go or whatever
Because of the mother instinct.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be argued that for sure. Yep. I had more to say about, and I think I just said Haunting of Hill House because I couldn't remember what I was saying before. But you were talking about us pushing the boundaries, and what I was going to say is, not us, but people pushing the boundaries. What I was going to say is, it's really interesting about how the fact that everything's getting super safe, and that you can't say certain things, or you can't say certain things. You can say whatever the fuck you want. We have the internet. We can fucking talk out of our assholes the way we do in our podcast. You can do that. You can put it up. It's not going to get taken down unless you get some...
Unless you're on YouTube or something.
We're on YouTube.
Oh, no, unless you
know what I mean?
More if you copyright.
We're not saying anything too bad.
Twitter
You can
takes
get
people
bans.
down.
Yeah. Anyway, you can do it, right? You can. But the other thing that I was thinking of is, I think in the not too distant future, there's going to be people on reality TV shows talking about some really fucking like crass shit about like masturbation and shit, like Love Island and all of the Bachelor, the worst shows. We already know that they're the worst shows, but what do? They sit around and they talk about what's good about a chick, and the chicks sit around and talk about what's good about the guy, and they talk about what's bad about him, and they're talking about the fucking, I like their personality more. Let's put them in front of a panel and see who they pick. You're not picking the personality. You don't know them.
Yeah.
It's fucking rubbish, right? But the scenes that they show is them sitting around talking about, he doesn't get. Eventually, they're going to be talking about fucking I jerk off to him, this, that, and it's gonna be on mainstream television.
No, the reason why it's not is because they can edit it out.
They're going to put it on mainstream television in the next 10 years or 15 years. It will get to a point where that is the boundary that's getting pushed, and it's going to be on mainstream shit.
They did that years ago with
Big Brother. That's what I'm saying.
They used the first couple of seasons of Big Brother. They used to show fair, dirty shit.
Yeah,
their conversations.
But then it reverted back. It's going to be more mainstream.
They put up. It's not.
It is.
They put a halt to it when those two guys. I was talking about this the other day when those two guys turkey slapped the girl on Big Brother, and they'd apologise and shit. Yeah. It's like, no, they're not doing Big Brother no more.
Yeah.
That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
It will eventually be okay to talk about some really messed up stuff on mainstream TV. And then they're going to have Gogglebox.
Not while the ads are running.
Then they're going to have Gogglebox as a voice of reason saying, they shouldn't say stuff like that. It's on the same channel.
Yeah.
They're still promoting it through Gogglebox by talking about it.
The reason why I disagree is because you already see this with YouTube where it is a free-for-all. People are being taken down from YouTube.
Yeah.
Or they're being demonetized because they're talking about shit that the advertisers don't want discussed.
Right.
There was this cool video that this kid brought out. He would have been 10. He goes, it's a 15-second video. He goes, I'm going to see if I get demonetized. And all he does is he says words and he goes, gay, lesbian, bi, trans, queer, homosexual. Thank you. Yeah. And he got demonetized.
Really?
Because it's a robot who demonetizes people.
Right.
It flags those words and
yeah.
demonetizes. That's why it was a big thing about a couple of months ago where actual,
good content.
But even just gay activists couldn't talk about anything because they get demonetized because they're talking about controversial issues that advertisers don't like.
Yeah.
So that's why it won't happen.
So what?
And it's so weird because
social change, how does that happen then? It happens with people talking about it.
Yeah, but it happens when it sort of needs to happen. We're not oppressed at all, so it doesn't need to happen.
We aren't.
Like Hong Kong.
Australia's not.
Like Hong Kong, that's like pure bravery. They've been protesting for like 7 months peacefully. Only now we're starting to shoot them in the face. That's bravery, and that's because they are oppressed. They want the freedoms of the Western world. Like Hong Kong's funny, not that I know jack shit. Like they were leased to the UK for 100 years from China. During that 100 years, they were westernized and were like, this is what freedom is. And then after 100 years, a few years ago, they got handed back to China and now they're getting oppressed and turned into a communist country.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Like we got a taste of fucking Western freedom.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't give much weight to it anymore because I can't really be asked. But yeah, people who say negative shit, that's fine. You can definitely. But it's like, compared to everywhere else, it's like, democracy in Western culture isn't great, but it's still better than everything.
Still, I know.
I had an argument with a lady and she said to me, not an argument, but she said to me, but it's not perfect. And
it never can be.
Hold on, but I go, let's look at just off the top of my head, I can think of 3 people who wanted perfection. Hitler wanted perfection. Pol Pot wanted perfection. Stalin wanted perfection. Mao, 120 million deaths. Stalin, 60 million deaths. Hitler, 6 million deaths.
Yeah.
Perfection might not be the goal.
Correct. Good point. Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, Joker and that. Fucking movies can't.
What else you got? You said the Lotto. What's that?
No, that's you. Oh, Lotto. No, I don't know why I wrote that. Was me. I can't remember. I can't remember. That was just. I bought a $40 ticket for that big $1 million draw.
What a waste of money.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, you're just funding the lotto.
Yeah. I forgot. I had plenty of funny thoughts too. I gotta write them down. I fucking forget shit.
This was a while ago. It was me and Deb's 5-year anniversary. And we went to Don's Le Noir, and I wrote that down. And
Did you?
have you heard of this?
Oh, you did too.
Have you heard of this?
No.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? It is a restaurant that is in complete darkness.
Oh, it sounds fucking shit.
I
I was thinking of all these adjectives, and I'm like, unacceptable, unacceptable, unacceptable. Just go to shit. It's safe.
It was an interesting experience.
Oh, just fuck off. Just make the food. Hi, tonight we're going to
You
serve.
are such a grumpy
tonight-
cunt about anything that's slightly off
Tonight
center.
we're going to serve the food, but you're not going to eat it. We're going to shove it directly up your fucking asshole. Fucking hell. Those. I can't think of any words anymore. I think I'm having a stroke. But like novelty restaurants.
Yeah, what's wrong with that though? You do it once. I'm not going to go back there.
Fucking
I'm not going back there.
Okay, in this restaurant, we're going to eat everything blindfolded. Why?
Because it's different.
Because you get to taste your senses will waken up.
You're such a grumpy cunt.
off.
I'm not going to do it again. It's like
I'm not having a go at you.
It's like going to laser
You
tag.
take things personally when I make fun of shit.
because you're a sook.
I'm not sure because
But,
you know what I'm going
why
to do.
not do it for one time in your life and see what happens?
I only do shit to make fun of it.
Yeah. So it was complete darkness, and the people that work there are all vision impaired, like the waiters and stuff. But it was different. It felt. Oh, I'm going to stop talking because you're a cockhead.
Fucking dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Why? Why is it so bad?
We're going to hire blind people, so we're going to make the restaurant all so dark.
You're so
Fucking
stupid.
stupid.
You are such an ignorant fucking wanker.
Fuck off.
Why not have something different? I didn't choose to go there. Deb took us there.
How was the food?
It wasn't great. They tried to make it great. It wasn't great. And what they did at the end of it was like they explained to you exactly what the meal was. So you don't know what meal you're eating before you're eating it either.
Go camping. When you go camping, that happens.
That's something to do, and some people like it and some people don't.
But that's
I'm not going to go back to this place again.
That's what was good thing.
Because it was an experience that I'll only need to do once, because I won't feel the same feeling that I got on that first experience ever again.
I just hate. Now, this isn't like your Deb or anything
Go
at
on.
all, but I just can't stand pretend. Like, yeah, I just
Go
changing.
on, just say it.
Pretentious food people. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, they made it, and then they cut it in half, and an egg flew out, and Who
Yeah.
gives a who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Why do people care? Chefs.
That's their world, though. They need something to make it interesting, because you could serve a schnitzel and fucking veggies, but who wants to do that? You can have that at home. You have to.
We went
as a restaurant. I know this from experience. I've owned many restaurants. You have to make it something. I've watched a lot of Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon
This is how I
Ramsay.
know.
You
have
dumb
to make
fucking idiot.
You have to make it better than what people can have at home. That's your answer.
No, not always, because people eat Maccas and that.
You can't call that a restaurant.
McDonald's restaurant.
You can't.
Where we went, the Peruvian restaurant, it was nice and
Why
good.
would you fucking go to a Peruvian restaurant? Fucking wankers. I would never eat fucking Peruvian.
You done?
That's what you sound like, you fuckhead.
It's fine to laugh at a restaurant that we hire blind people, so we're also going to put the restaurant in darkness. How
It's a concept, you knob end.
How different. Yeah, super
It
different.
is. It is different.
Super different.
It is different.
So alternative.
It is different, though. Not that I give a shit, but it is different.
I'm more annoyed at restaurants
Why serve Peruvian
when
food?
they
It's so different.
when they give you food, like they gave us this bowl of food, and I'm like eating it, and Julia's like, "That's for everybody." I'm like, "It's this. Look how more like it was like not that it was fine dining, but it was nearly fine dining. And I was like, fucking so much money for this
Yeah.
much of food. We have to share this. It's like, isn't it tasty? It is tasty. I'm also fucking hungry.
Yeah, I know. No, yeah. And it can't cost that much.
Yeah.
Like what
There's no
makes
ingredients here.
You're still paying your staff minimum wage. You're not paying them any better. Yeah.
The other thing, back with movies slightly,
Yeah.
is the other thing I just annoys me, and I find that so lazy, is when this came out. Did you ever watch? I think we might have talked about it. We did. Remember that 13 Reasons Why?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing these lazy, boring, stupid arguments about, it just glorifies suicide.
Yeah. We talked about this.
Yeah. They did the same thing with the Joker. It's
Right.
like, it just glorifies violence. What does that mean?
Yeah, I know.
The fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
It puts violence on a... To
Pedestal.
glorify something is to put it
Put it on a pedestal.
Yeah. The violent scenes in the movie are not something to go, yeah, that looks enjoyable.
I think potentially
It's such
the
a
word
lazy
maybe
fucking
the
term.
word they're saying is the gratification. Because I've heard about like sexual gratification in movies is like show someone nude for the sake of them being nude when you don't have to.
Yeah.
So there's an argument if that is the argument is you don't have to show the violence.
Well, then use that word because glorified is just the wrong word and it doesn't make any... It literally makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't...
It just sounds nice. It sounds like people say that and it sounds like they're saying something.
Yeah.
When really
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not.
Yeah. I know what
It
you're saying.
glorifies violence.
Does it? Yeah.
glorify?
It says that this is the right thing to do. That's what to glorify something
Right.
is. Does the movie say that this is the right thing to do?
Yeah, no, not at all.
yeah.
Like,
Some people could potentially argue that.
you couldn't if your brain was working correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got issues, maybe like people that kill people or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, dumb.
You're going to talk about the Joker anymore? You got more opinions about the Joker?
I do, but we haven't seen it, so we can't talk about it.
Yeah, I know.
Me and Frank and that went to watch the UFC. It was in Melbourne.
Yeah.
At China-owned, Disney-owned Marvel Stadium, I think is
Yep.
what it's called.
Yep, that is the official
The
title.
official name.
Shithouse?
No, it was fine. I won't go to... Like, I've been twice to the UFC now in 1 year. That's enough for a very long time because it's...
Is it expensive?
Yeah, 180,
Fuck me.
I think. But
Well,
we
at
go...
a concert, man.
So, yeah, but we get there about 9 in the morning. And then
Why?
because that's when the fights first start.
How many fights are there?
All up, 15.
Fuck me.
Yeah, it's good.
Why do they only show 4 on
No,
paid
because the main event is 5. The last 5 are the main event. And then there's the prelims and then there's the undercard.
Okay.
So we get our
didn't know
money.
that.
We
I
get our
didn't know
money's worth, and it is fine. But I really I like to make fun of people, and we like to joke or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't wish anyone ill will,
No.
except for the people over the age of 18 who can legally vote and drive and pay taxes, who go Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. The amount of times that got chanted and cheered and done, countless times.
Yeah.
I wish death upon anyone who does that. Is that fair?
No, but I know I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you're
Shut
okay
the
with
fuck
it.
up.
You're okay with it.
No, shut the fuck up. I
said-
mean, I'm against it, but I'm not okay with it. I just don't. I'm impartial to shut the fuck up.
You would be
I'm
that
on
annoyed
that
by
spectrum.
it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I said it loud enough that I thought I was going to get a smack in the mouth where this dickhead in front of us kept doing it.
Yeah.
And people would keep on
Yeah.
doing it with him. And then I said it loud enough to Frank and Nat. I go, if any of you ever did that, I would disassociate myself from you immediately. And I'm like, I'm risking a punch in the mouth here.
Yeah. Fuck him.
But yeah, people that do that, they should be put somewhere else.
What do they actually? They just want gratification for getting the response.
They must feel so pumped after they get the response.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Like, why is that giving you an emotional response?
Because people are responding to you.
That's it. That's so base. That's
Yeah.
just the most base level of anything. The words that you're saying
don't mean shit.
And you
So
didn't
you're-
come up with it either.
You didn't come up with it. They don't mean anything. You're saying Australia.
Australia,
No
Australia,
context.
Australia. Yes, yes, yes.
There's no context. No context whatsoever. You're just saying a country's name and people are going,
Yay! I know the words.
I know Australia. I live there too.
What's worse, the people who say Aussie, 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 or the people who say oi, oi, oi?
Yeah, the oys.
Because at least the guy who says Aussie, 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 there's some bravery to that.
Yeah, there's no bravery in the oys.
No. At least, I mean, you are a stupid, pathetic idiot, but hey, you got brave.
The thing,
Whereas the oi, oi, oi is nothing. You're just a sheep
Yeah,
who's
fucking
too
hell.
scared to say Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
what about, I've seen this at gigs where like Americans or like British people do the chant. Do you think it's okay to respond then?
Which chant? What chant?
Aussie, 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 oi, oi. I've seen bands do that.
Oh, yes.
Do you think it's okay to respond then?
No.
Nah?
I wouldn't. You can,
Yeah.
but I'd be like, what?
It's them celebrating you being Australian.
No, but you know what it's also? It's like the band, the American or English band, they go, you know what they do? They go Aussie, 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 and then they go, yeah, now who wants to join me in a Foster's? Yeah. Who wants a shrimp on the barbie? Me. Don't you like kangaroos?
This is giving me time to tune my guitar.
It's just them saying all the
Yeah.
shit. I mean, that'd be the same if you were a band and you went to America. You'd be like, don't you...
USA,
Yeah.
USA.
Don't you love guns?
How good's Trump in that?
How good's putting people in jail for
Being black.
being black and small crimes?
Yeah.
But yeah, the other slightly interesting thing that that just makes me sort of laugh is like the UFC. Some idiot politician was
Yeah.
saying the UFC need to get rid of their
Violence?
card girls, the girls that out
Oh,
around
yeah,
bringing
yeah.
cards out, and Dana White. I mean, I don't like him, but he's always good.
Never heard of him.
He's
Go
the
on.
boss of UFC. He's a dickhead, and he's like a crap piece of shit.
Yeah.
But he's always just honest. Generally, well, he's not, but he seems like
Finding it difficult to understand your whole point.
they ask about grid girls, the card
Yeah,
girls,
yeah.
and he's just like, no, fuck you, we have them.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay.
So, yeah. And like before Ronda Rousey, he used to get asked when a girl's going to fight in the like as a thing, you know, when a girl's going to fight in UFC, and his response would be never. No one wants to watch that. He was wrong because the girls were proven to be brilliant.
Yeah.
But that's what he was. He's just like
Right.
no,
He's just
because it's shit.
hardline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Opinionated.
and he said it. He was like right with the card girls. They're like, oh, we need to get rid of them because they're sexist. And he's just like, these girls are getting flown all around the world
Yeah.
for an easy job.
Yes.
It's also not their full-time job. They're getting paid like 40 grand a year, so not a lot of money, but they're getting paid like 40 grand a year as their side gig.
hay fever.
As
Yeah.
their side gig, and they get to travel the world for free. Like, why do you want to take that?
Yeah.
Why do you want to take that away?
Yeah.
If they were forced to do it against their will,
Yes.
or they were.
You said this exact same thing about Greek girls.
Oh yeah, because it's the same thing.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, it's this exact same thing. It's like, oh no, we need to get this group of people more money and more jobs. Okay, but not those jobs. Okay. The jobs I say are all right for them to have. They can be CEOs.
Yeah. They actually don't have the right to make a choice about what jobs they want. Just to be clear,
I choose the job.
we want jobs for women with better pay than most for doing fuck all,
Yeah.
but not that
Not
one.
that job. A job
Because they're getting it for standing in less clothes.
Yeah.
And they have a better figure that they work harder for
Yeah.
that I can't have. They're not allowed.
there is some jealousy to that.
Oh, yeah, fucking
where it's
oath
like,
there is.
no, we need to get rid of grid girls. Why? Because you can't be one.
Yeah. There's an aspect to that. Look, all of the shit that we say is generalization, right? We know that
That we're fucking
not everyone,
losers.
yeah, and we're wankers, and not everyone thinks this way. But there is absolutely
Some
an
people might.
aspect. Some people do. There is an aspect to that is jealousy, and
Yeah.
I do think that women generally have more jealousy than guys do.
Fuck
guys,
oath.
guys have jealousy let's try and delineate here. Guys have jealousy for what they can't have, and girls have jealousy for what they can't do. Potentially. I just made that up on the spot.
Yeah.
Could be completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there's a billion holes in it, I think.
Oh, I know.
Men are envy.
We don't know. Let's probably stop.
Men are idiots.
Dickheads. Yeah. I think you've moved more and more out of frame.
I'm in it.
As the show's gone on.
I'm in it. I'm in the same spot.
Well, you're covering me up with this fucking guy. That's good.
Yeah, women are generally more jealous. Massive generalization.
Yeah,
more jealous, more insecure.
Yeah, I think the thing about men hiding what they actually feel is more prevalent. That's what's wrong with guys. They hide what they feel more. If you were just open and honest about it, and not fear that you'd be seen as a pussy.
Yeah,
then
but
you'll-
that's where it. I don't need to be open and honest with like friends.
You can.
You
What's
can,
wrong with that? What's
but
wrong
I don't need to because I've got
with
Julia
people that you okay?
or my mum.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I actually enjoy being honest with my friends. I think it deepens a relationship.
Yeah, but about like what?
I don't know, anything.
Yeah.
I feel like
I can be with
There's definitely
Frank.
things that I wouldn't. Yeah, that's good. There's definitely things that I wouldn't tell a lot of people, but I do think that at certain points in a relationship, it's good to tell someone something that you maybe think that you shouldn't. Because I reckon you get more. Then you've crossed a thing, you've opened a potential door that you may not have opened.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't want to open the door with a person. So that's good.
I generally won't bottle things up too much.
Yeah.
I'll let it go.
Yeah.
Usually to like Julia or mum.
Yeah.
So I don't really need to do anything
No,
else.
no.
But I'll rant to Frank sometimes. But generally it's about,
It's just basic
just
shit.
Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about. Jobs for women. Okay, so what jobs are they allowed to do? Just so we know.
Being CEO is a good
CEO, the happy CEO.
Yep.
Bricklayers.
one. Any trade,
They can be bricklayers. I don't know. I've seen many.
managing traffic, is that?
I've
I don't
seen
know.
a lot
Is
of.
that one
I've seen
that
a
we
lot
can
of.
say that
I've-
they're good at.
Well, I mean, a cat would be good at it, like holding the stop go sign. A friend of mine.
They
did
have
it.
to be blonde.
The ones who do the stop go sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to be blonde.
There's work in Heidelberg and all the guys are doing the
work.
labour and there's the two girls holding the stop go
Yeah,
sign.
yeah.
Friend of mine's
They
holds
get paid ludicrous amounts of money.
it's a
for
bad
doing that.
job.
It
yeah.
is. It's a really
friend of mine did
boring
it
job.
growing up and he's like, I wouldn't wish it against me enemies.
Yeah, it's so boring.
It's
hey?
just imagine standing there.
8 hours.
Yeah.
Fucking boring. But they get paid like $35 an hour.
Yeah, but that's what I said to I think my grandma.
So it all evens out.
I think my grandma
in the wash.
my grandma watches too much of the friggin' Channel 7 News and reads the Herald Sun.
Yeah.
And every time I go there, she's like, did you see?
Yeah.
They're getting paid $100,000 to be a stop-go sign. I'm like, because no one wants... It's a fucking
It's a
terrible
shit
job.
Shit.
Go do it.
Wasting your life job.
Go do
Yeah.
Go do it then.
Look, I feel like I worked at Liquorland for 5.5 years. We should have been getting paid that amount because
$100,000.
Because it's just as shit. It's
yeah.
just as shit a job. You're initiating alcoholics to buy more alcohol, and you're copying shit.
Yeah, but you're easily replaceable at Liquorland.
Yes.
So that's why
So
you're
a
paid.
stop-go person
That's why
is-
you're paid nothing.
Stop-go-
Maybe they're not. Maybe there's
Why?
maybe there's a shortage of them.
But there shouldn't be.
But if it's such a bad job.
Liquorland's a shit job. I hated that shit.
Yeah, I hated Coles too, but there's just not a shortage of people that will line up to get
I mean
a job.
that's an interesting thing in itself, because I would say, even though it doesn't take any, you obviously, if you have more mind power, you can be better at your job at Liquorland.
Mind power.
But if
like Professor Xavier from the X-Men,
if you're
able to move the drinks
if
with
you're
your mind.
able to analyze when's a good time to get stuff done and not to put everything off till the last minute. But if you don't do your job at Liquorland, you're not going to get fired, which is kind of why there's so many shit kickers
so many
there.
deros there.
But also, you are putting up with quite a lot of potential mental issues from fucking the worst people in society.
Yeah.
Seriously. But anyway, I don't know.
I always
just found that an interesting comparison right then.
I always give people the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, being at the UFC, some people that were there, I'm like, fuck, what happened to you as a child? I saw this one guy, he was in the rich area. He was this big, fat, big. He was muscly, but he had big arms and a big fat stomach. Tattoos all over his bald head, up to his forehead. Grill, he had a grill.
Yeah.
His missus,
Yeah.
she was
Plastic.
10 out of 10. No,
Oh,
she
really?
was hot. She would have been African American or something. She was
You can't say that
gorgeous.
anymore.
Well, you can.
Just
obviously.
say black.
She was brilliant. But I couldn't stop looking at Ed Hardy. He was all dazzling.
Right.
Yeah.
Sam Newman type.
And I'm just like, what are you? Where did you come? What
Yeah.
planet are you
Oh,
from?
it's
Where did
bizarre.
you come from?
They're
what
in a
got you
bubble.
here?
They're in a bubble.
What got you here? What made you look like that?
I can tell you, they've got a few enablers.
He's
and
probably a
that's their
drug dealer.
life.
Like, he looks like a drug dealer. This girl
Yeah.
was only with him because he has
Money.
money or drugs or
100%,
something.
yeah.
Because she was gorgeous and he
He was white trash.
yeah.
But rich white trash.
Yeah. And he was big. He was a big
yeah.
man.
I think I finished.
But I don't know.
Urinate pretty bad.
I'm just like, what planet? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that those people have enablers in their life. That they have people that pretty much, they're not celebrities, but in their own bubble, they're seen as the person to talk about because they got money and because
Yeah.
they probably work hard. They
Dealing
probably
drugs,
do.
yeah. It takes a lot of effort.
It probably does. But to be good at anything, it takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Well, not anything, but most things. To be better than other people at something, it takes effort.
And that's why
you have to put work in.
Where we were level 2 at China-owned, Disney-owned Marvel Stadium, and behind us,
China-owned Disney run, yeah.
Disney-owned Marvel. So China-owned, Disney-owned Marvel Stadium.
go on.
That's the official
Yeah.
line. We were on level 2, but behind us was the VIP-ish area.
Yeah.
And when he came out, they took pictures and
This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
Maybe
like,
he's an ex-fighter or something.
nah, I don't know his face. Maybe he was.
Yeah. From another country or something.
Yeah. But the other funny picture that they took is they took the picture where he was watching the UFC and she took a picture from behind of him watching
Right,
UFC.
right, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
perfect
yeah,
Instagram post.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good one. I rate it. If I was a photographer, I'd do that shot all the time.
It's very basic.
Yeah, but it looks good though. It paints a picture.
Yeah.
But what is any photography? Really? What you're trying to capture a moment in time. So someone watching something is probably, or someone talking
Pictures
to
of people
someone.
are more fucking cooler.
That is a picture of a person.
Yeah,
Just from the back.
Back of his head,
Yes.
looking at a big
But
landscape.
he had massive tattoos all over his head, so that's something. I'm
No,
just
I
telling
mean
you.
an action shot, you know.
What's he going to do?
No, not of him. I'm saying of other things, of protests or of something like that, an action shot
Yeah,
of something
yeah,
interesting.
righto, mate.
Something actual happening as opposed to Darrow looking at the fucking...
But if it's for promo, what else is he going to do?
I don't know.
Yeah, so shut the fuck up.
Last thing, did you...
Not last, because I got one more thing
Okay,
to say.
second last. Did you see Friendly Geordie's video about Clive Palmer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good is it?
Pretty funny. It went viral on Reddit.
Yeah. Because everyone knows he's a fuckhead. And the best thing
But his
is...
response is just so well constructed
best,
and made.
The best thing about it is that Clive Palmer's lawyers gave him the...
ammo.
No, they're like, the burden of proof falls on you. And he's like, sick. Clive Palmer's lawyers don't have to prove that he isn't a piece of, like, a fatty fuckhead.
Yeah.
The burden of proof falls on Jordan Shanks to do it. And he's like, sick. I'll just do a whole bunch of research that proves that he's a fatty McFuckhead.
Yeah.
It's
It was a
awesome.
very good
Yeah,
video.
really good.
Very funny.
I had 2 gallbladder attacks the other day.
Not drinking enough water.
No. So I think it was the start of 2 years ago. So not last year, the year before, early that year, that I first had a gallbladder attack that lasted for like 10 hours.
What's a gallbladder attack?
So your gallbladder is the area that processes bile in your
Yeah.
body.
And isn't it because you don't drink enough water?
No, that's kidney stones.
Right.
So gallstones form from just too much fatty food, right? And I know
Too much
exactly.
Subway.
Well, I know exactly when it happened. It was when I went to Genius training at Apple, and they put us up in a hotel in Sydney for 3 weeks, and they gave us food allowance,
Then you went mad.
and I just had burgers for 3 weeks and beers.
Are you happy? Can we talk about it, or tell me if you're not allowed to talk about it? Are you happy not working for Apple anymore, or are we not?
It was the best job I've ever had, and then I worked here. Apple was awesome. Like they taught. I learnt a lot about how to deal with people, and it was very worthwhile. In terms of that. So yeah, what do you actually want to know about it?
I just think, and this is douchebaggery. This doesn't apply to you, but it applies to, I know some social justice warrior types.
Yeah.
Who work for Apple,
Yeah.
work for Facebook, work for big banks.
Yeah.
And they're social justice warriors.
They're fed a lot of.
They're fucking but they're hypocrites.
Yes, big time.
Fucking hypocrites, because it's
Just
like,
because you work there doesn't mean that you are what Apple stands for.
no, but that's my point, is because Apple stands for using slaves to make their products.
Not anymore.
There's
Totally.
There's literally proven docos and articles of them using nets to catch people from killing themselves in China.
But China's fucked though.
Yeah, that's my point. These big companies, Apple, the big banks, they're profiting off the misery of others, and then people work for them, and then they're also social justice warriors.
Yeah.
It's like you work for a bank. You don't have a leg to stand on about being a social justice warrior. You're working for literally evil.
It's hard.
And that's where I get annoyed.
It depends on the company for sure.
Because, like, Friendly Geordies talks about it, where it's the same thing of where,
I
like,
feel like you're still moving over.
I'm there. Pedestrian writes these articles about we're pro this, pro that.
Yeah.
But you're owned by Westpac.
Yeah.
Who fund corrupt, evil shit.
Yeah.
Do you see my point?
Yeah, I feel like
I just-
no one in this world
I like
is
to hold people accountable for where they work if you're going to play the social justice warrior game.
So this
doesn't apply to you.
Yeah, I think there's different levels of it, and I think that you can, if everything that you do in your life is good, then say it. That's fine. I feel like if you're not actually doing anything that actually helps, just keep your mouth shut. Like, I worked at Apple for nearly 5 years, and Apple do some really good stuff. I never really did any of it.
Yeah, but they say
So-
they do, because Apple also, you can Google it, the amount of evil shit they do to stay friends with China. Because being friends with China
look,
is...
I don't know.
Right. It's not hard to find at all. I just can't stand the hypocrites of companies, but more so, I can't stand the hypocrites of individuals.
Yeah.
Who
Again,
I'm just being
if
vague,
you're-
but
if
it's like,
you're
I'm
not
pro
doing
this,
it-
I'm pro this, I'm pro that.
Yeah.
But here I am working for a bank. It's like, you work for a bank.
Yeah,
They're the
yeah.
like,
I don't
what do you
know.
got to?
I don't
You
know.
can't. You've got no leg to stand on about moralizing to others.
But
that's a word.
if everything that you as an individual do, apart from working where you work, is good, isn't that good?
I don't think it's good enough if you're going to preach to others, because you could not work there.
Some of the jobs are pretty good though.
Yeah, because you like money. And that's the point with NBA and Apple and Blizzard. It's like, oh no, we're good and stand for good things. We're pro this and that.
Yeah.
But we want China's money who murder gay people. Yep. Do you see the hypocrisy?
Yeah.
And that's annoying.
So I
Surely.
feel like in the world it would be, and I'm not a business owner I'm not a CEO of a massive
corporation,
Aren't you?
there has to be
That's surprising.
there has to be points where you try and make money, and then there has to be points where you try and do good for civilization, and sometimes they won't match up.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But on an individual level, I do think that if everything that you do in your life is benefiting others and you're not directly doing the bad things, then I think you do have a leg to stand on.
Nah, I compare it to, and this might be shit, I compare it to, imagine if you were the bookkeeper of a meth dealer. It's like, I'm not dealing the meth, I'm just doing his books.
That's very closely related, though. I don't think
It's the same shit.
No, I don't think it's as closely
But
related.
you're directly getting money in your pocket from the misfortune and abuse of others.
It's not as closely related.
It's
very
fucking
far down
pretty
the line.
close.
No, it's pretty far
It's
down
literally
the
the product.
line. Yeah,
It's the product that you're
there's
selling.
There's more steps. There is. Yeah,
Maybe
there's
one.
more steps.
But there's slaves making a product that comes to this country and then we sell it.
it's not that close. Nah, you're missing a lot there.
Yeah, but that's the gist.
The gist, but I don't think it's as close as a meth dealer and then their accountant.
Yeah.
That's one connection.
But it is similar in that the accountant can go, oh, I never dealt the meth.
But the meth dealer is probably not doing anything good. They're just selling drugs, and that's accounting to the misfortune.
Maybe
of
he
others.
donates $100 a year to
No, he
fucking
doesn't.
charity. Maybe he does.
No, he doesn't.
But maybe he does in that example. Does that make it okay then?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just the hypocrisy of
Is bad.
Is-
Hypocrisy is bad.
yes of of big companies. You know, oh no, we hate Trump and we're pro LGBTQI. Yeah, but we want China's money who murder gay people. Yeah, please.
You try and run that business. See what happens.
Well, you small business owners do it every day.
Yeah.
This business doesn't use slaves.
Yes, correct.
Right, there you go. There you go. Done.
It's not at the same extent, and I don't.
It
and,
is
and
though,
I
because
don't-
you make
I
a
don't
choice.
think-
Their choice is to
they are.
maximise money. So let's use slaves until they throw
are there-
themselves off
are there-
off roofs.
Are there banks that don't?
There's
profit?
a couple of good banks. I think Friendly Geordies did it in his video recently. I think Bank Australia is not that bad.
Yeah.
But the big four all are abusing and destroying the environment.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. I don't know enough. I don't know. But I think there is a difference. But I see your point. I know your point.
Yeah, I mean it's more.
You're
This
simplifying
doesn't
things.
apply to you, but it just applies to.
Well,
oh no,
I
I donate each year to this cause, but I'm getting paid by Commonwealth Bank every day as an employee.
What would you rather them do? Quit there.
No, I'd rather them shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So you're actually more annoyed about the person and the personality,
The person.
rather than what they actually do for a living.
Um,
Because if you were,
yeah,
you would say,
don't moralize.
you
don't
would say, keep doing what you're doing and quit your job.
Yeah. I mean, I've had arguments with people who work for major companies and we're just having general discussions. We're not even really that passionate. We're just playing tennis with arguments.
Yeah.
And they're on the side of pro justice warrior.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you work for a bank. Like,
So-
what leg do you have? You can't argue that stance. You're getting money from it. I'm not getting money from it. I'm just talking to you.
It's tough.
I don't think it's
I see
that
your
tough.
point.
You choose to work for those companies because you want money. You want good money.
And
It's
I
the
think
same way as
the ignorance is the winner there.
people are like, you know, again, China is a shithole place that's
But
terrible.
they have good people there.
Yeah, the communist regime is a
And
shithole.
is everyone in the organization of China a bad person?
Well, obviously, probably not.
Yeah.
My point is that we can say we don't like slaves and China using slaves,
Yeah.
but we still want cheap shit.
Yeah.
So everyone's a hypocrite.
Good point. Fucking wanker. All right. I reckon that's it.
Yeah, I'm tired anyway.
I got to urinate my dick off.
Ah, very good. Nothing else?
Nah, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't even know if my phone is. There it is.
No one's lasted this long.
How long did we go for?
2 hours.
Wasn't that long.
2 hours. No one's lasted this long.
Considering-
if you have, do something good for us. Like, rate us on fucking podcasts or subscribe to us on YouTube.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't.
But I wouldn't be listening for 2 hours of us talk shit. But if you have,
And this one has been
Go
a
for
podcast
it.
where we've literally had nothing to say, really. And mate,
we
listen,
strung it out pretty good.
we're
So
fucking losers, but to try to find words for 2 hours,
that's decent.
That's
That's something.
something more than nothing.
nothing.
All
And
right.
that's goodbye. Bye.